And then it's there because some people have to leave. Someone might, who knows? Things can happen. Kids could fall, anything. Hope not. But, I don't know. I don't want to say what could happen, but who knows, right? There's a reason why people have to leave the screen share sometimes. And we record it for that reason. All right. Uh, all right. So here we go. Here we begin. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to break down Bitcoin. They definitely had me spooked today. Definitely a head and shoulder pattern, right? Definitely made like a kind of a bear flag literally just an hour ago. Uh, I had to take a nap literally just so I was like, I took like a big, what was it, from like 5:45 or for 6:45 to like about like literally my wife woke me up at like 8. She was like, yep, screen share. Uh, because it was just like, I battled the market all morning. Let's kind of talk about the market, like kind of the stream too, like what happened today. Because it's a good learning experience. We do this a lot. So today the market dumped on us, right? We saw it, boom, boom. And then on the 1 minute, what was it here? Let's see. Yeah, here's the 1 minute. Yeah, so today, this is what happened here. So today we saw this dump. We saw the reversal. I called the short there. It didn't go that way, came right back up, right? I got on the short at break even. And then I said, word, we're reversing. I said, look, bit of a shoulder, right? Flag. I said, nice. And then we found the 30-second 200 MA. And I said, if we get above that all long, and we did, and then I carried that long as the 1 minute got above the 200. And then that was the Sammy cup and handy here. See, this was the cup with the handle. This is the cup right here, right? And then we did break out. I was up 500 there. I took 360, and then we went sideways. And then I got back in the trade right here because we seem to have hold the 200, like maybe right there, and then dumped down right there. Uh, so I ended up basically breaking even today and not making any gains on leverage because of that. And I was like, yesterday was a huge day. I made 10 grand yesterday. So I'm kind of was like, you know what I mean? If you go hard every single day, you might give back a lot of your gains. I found my big days, I like to just kind of, it's sad though, because I want to impress everyone every day. And there's always someone watching me. So I'm like, oh, it's like I'm on a circus performer. Like I'm good at, I have a skill and people want to see it. So I do it all the time, even when I need to rest. I will over trade and sometimes I'll win trades and I'll keep trading even when I just need to, like, I'm like a car. Like I just want to shut the engine off for a little while. Like I could do it. I could keep doing it, but some days I need I just need to take it. I'm a human being. Right. And, but because of my business, because of what I'm doing, I tend to want to just like keep going. Right. And that's kind of what I'm in too. That's like the nature of the game. Right. So, right. But then I kept saying, we got to always watch that. You got to always watch. Everyone says the 1 minute is noise, but like once the 1 minute broke to 200, was that noise? I mean, that told you exactly, when you should probably get out of the long and say it could save you a bunch of money and you could tell you when to open a short. And if you back test it over time, like had you opened a short there when we lost the 200, massive money, open up a long here and then just move the stop loss to break even, you either got hit off and then if you open a short here, massive gains. Got above there, boom, right? So one day I just sat there and realized I could just ping pong the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame and probably make more money than doing anything else. And it made more sense to me too. Like it did. And we're not out of the water yet. They're playing around with price action a lot. So, you know, anyway, so let's take a look. So now look, I see this. Look, a sloppy, that's a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, right? Like that's just like, that's sloppy. And now you're breaking the 200 MA again. But you did break back up to 88,004. What a beautiful move, right? All the way from the low at 86.6. But now you're playing with it again. You just keep seeming to be sloping further down. Right when we started the screen share, we saw yeah, that's somewhat of a good sign. So we'll start with the weekly like we always do. So the weekly candle is going to close nicely, but like a real big wick to the upside is really not like, I don't know. It's never been like awesome. Like every time we've pumped, have you ever seen a big wick? Right there, we did. So there's a chance we do that. Then we open back up and rip. So right there, that we could be opening like that somewhat, but it's just rare, right? There's a high when we dump. There's whenever we get a wick that big on a green candle, it's usually not a good sign. I'm just I'm just giving you guys the facts, And again, the week hasn't closed yet. There's a chance we rip back up and close it. It will be 2 hours and 23 minutes. But right there off the bat, it's just, a little sketchy, right? I mean, you went all the way up to 94 and you got sold down $7,000. So you got to take that into account. Like I said earlier, I said every time Bitcoin ripped in this run, it never came back to the resistance that it broke through. Right here, it wicked, but it didn't. And so we would assume we were not going to come back down to 72,000. Normally, you would say that. You'd be like, oh, where's the next support and resistance? But like, it seems like in rallies, Bitcoin doesn't do that. So I would assume we wouldn't come back. So we would have to find a key area that Bitcoin's likely to come back to. And that's why I have the fib. 0.5, when you're very bullish, the 0.5, you don't always go to the 618. So the 0.5 has me, and it's sitting there at 80,000. And that's where these two candles meet too, which is very coincidental. And there tends to be a lot of coincidences in trading. And we slap on the moving averages, and you're very far away in the weekly, but that's okay. But it is some, the more you gap, the more you eventually, like, nothing goes. Everyone keeps thinking we're going to continue this. Every cycle is going to be different than anything we've ever realized before. The 3-day chart will close a bearish candle in 1 day and 23 hours. Every time it's done that, we've had a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, a pullback, a pull. That one was tiny, but the candle itself was a pullback, a little pullback. They were small, I'll give you that, but it was a pullback. And every time we were away from the 21, we came back, we came back, we came back, we came back, come back, come back. It would make sense to me, 100% sense, if Bitcoin does this. This is what it is supposed to do technically. Like, this is what an asset would. This would make sense. You'd come back down. You'd bounce off of 80,000 and you'd make a move back up to 114. The 21 would come into price action and you'd tap on it and bang. And you'd bounce off like the 0.5 Fibonacci level. Maybe you wick down to the 618 or 7. That's why I told everyone, like, I don't think it's the worst idea to throw a couple limit orders in between 74 and 81 and just have, 2, 3, if you had 20 grand on the side and you wanted Bitcoin and you didn't get it yet, you could either ape it now, which some people were doing because they're like, whatever, right? Or you set some limit orders down here. There's a chance you never get those limit orders filled. That's how bullish this scenario is. All right. And that's why you do what we do. Like, you accumulate in the bear market, you pay attention when no one's paying attention. You buy the Bitcoins down here, right? You guys saw me buy 19K Bitcoin. How about that one now, right? We're up $70,000 on one buy. Like, that's like, and it took like a little over a year. I mean, it's pretty awesome. So that's like that's what people make in a year. That's a good, I made 80 grand. I made 100 grand a year. Like, I did that in one trade, on one Bitcoin, never mind all the other bit. Like, it's mind boggling how much money you can make if you stay focused. So boom, right? This looks likely to me. I've been saying it now for a few days. I trade this way. Like, my trading style, this is what I see every time. It's like, it's just an ebb and flow of back to the 21, back to the 21. And then you got to find some support somewhere. This would make awesome sense. We would start pumping again by December 5th, and we could get 114,000 by January 25th. It would be beautiful. A little bit of a pullback now. And also give people the ability to get in. Right now, like, so many people got priced out on that run. And, like, it'd be nice to give some people the chance to get back into Bitcoin. Again, Bitcoin usually doesn't do that. Bitcoin's not nice. It's nice during the bear market, and then it runs away from you. And then once Bitcoin's gone, it's pretty much gone. Like, it doesn't give people the chance to get back in it's basically your disciplined father. It's a very disciplined father where, like, you have to do what it tells you to do at the right time. And if you don't, it makes you feel the pain, right? It really does. It's interesting. Like, Bitcoin made me a better person. Like, I had to be responsible. Like, I had to buy when I was supposed to buy. I had to take control of myself. I had to be disciplined. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to hold Bitcoin, right? I had to know myself to be able to, like, I am the farthest from a paper hand, right? I got into Bitcoin between $500 and $1,000, and I never sold it. Like, I knew to never sell it. Like, I was like, I was up 20 grand, 30 grand, 40 grand, 50. Some people bet you're up $50,000 on just one Bitcoin. You're not selling that? I said, why? It's to sell the scarcest asset in the world? Are you crazy? Like, are you mad? I said to my wife right before this, I said, if Bitcoin dumps to 80K, how much dump can we expect on altcoins? Let's go over this. We may not dump to 80K. I'm not saying, we're gonna look at it. I don't want, because right now everyone's gonna freak out. Like, this is what he said. Well, let's take it one step at a time. We do it, let's go over all the scenarios. This is what most likely happens in my years of doing this. This is what most likely happens. However, maybe that's not what's going to happen this time. Okay. But so I would take a screenshot of that, put it back for you. I would take a screenshot of this and just, put it somewhere or even print, just have some key levels so you remember it because you might forget. What happens is when the market does a lot of stuff, you forget these things. It goes up again and then comes down, and eventually we go back and you're like, oh, yeah, I remember that projection. It used to happen to me. I used to make them. Now I'm pretty, I remember them. But so, and again, we could still just run parabol. Like at the end of the day, when I think of it logically, I'm like, but who is selling Bitcoin? Like who just took profits at 94? I guess it's big boys who were swinging large bags and they were just swinging it. And it was a swing trade to them and they didn't care. I guess so. But to me, even that, like once you had that much Bitcoin, swinging it was a bad idea. Like whoever's selling Bitcoin for what? You're selling it for real estate? You're selling it for fiat? To what? Then take profits and buy more Bitcoin again? If Bitcoin does the rally it's supposed to rally, it may never go lower than 100K again. So like I was saying to my wife too, I said, I believe it'll go to 800K in 10 years. Probably way more than that. But let's be conservative. It goes to 800K in 10 years. That means it does a 10x from here. It goes to 880K. Let's say it does a 10x from today, right? Which is very likely in 10 years it does a 10x, right? Let's be honest. That's a 1x a year. That would beat the S&P. That would beat anything else that you put your money into and hold long term. Just sit. It would. It really would. And that if it goes to the low price of 880K. So to me, Bitcoin right now is not the trade of the day. It's not the trade of the week. It's the trade of the decade. And I keep explaining this to people, but they're not understanding it. See, I've lived through enough trading to understand that 10 years will go by a lot faster than I realize. And I will love to see the fruits of my labor if I'm able to wait that time period. At that point, I'd be able to, I've been I sold and rolled the profit into my home remodel. Interesting. Well, if you had to do something that you had to do, then so be it. I personally would have not remodeled. Me personally, I have to be honest, I would never have done that. I want to be a multi millionaire. I wouldn't, again, I'm not trying, I don't want to put you down, Steve. You did a great thing. It's probably a beautiful home and God bless you. I'm very hard on myself. I would live in a cardboard box at the same time, and then I bought an Escalade. So I mean, I gave myself things too. I guess we all did our stuff, right? I could have bought more and more Bitcoin every moment of the day. Um, but you could have waited for the remodel for like a year and a half and put that money into BTC, and you probably have a nicer remodel, to be honest. Let's just be honest. But it's okay. Maybe you needed it. Maybe the house was that bad, and it's just time. Who knows? Everyone's life is different. I only have 5K to invest right now. I want to turn that into 500K. Bitcoin won't do that, but crypto might. Yeah, you can't. If you're trying to put it into Bitcoin, yeah. You could leverage trade it technically into 500K if but that's to me, that's like it takes a lot of time. It takes about a year to get good at leverage trading. By that time, you could have lost the gains and the price would have changed. I only have 5K to invest in right now. I want to turn that into 500. Bitcoin won't do that, but crypto might. Of course, yeah, I get it. I get it. But if you put the 5K in right now and you held it for 10 years, you'd be surprised. I'm just saying someone right now might have only 5K and they might put it into Bitcoin. And they might not make the millions you make up and down, but you might lose it and gain it. And that person might end up with more Bitcoin than you in 10 years from now. Right. There's a chance. I'm just, maybe not. But there are people who thought they were going to make tons of money in crypto and they ended up losing it, doing stupid things with it. And they just bought it in Bitcoin and left it there. They actually would have made, in the long run, they ended up with better off. They may have more money sometimes in altcoins. Again, though, I get it. There's too many things out here. Like, had you put your 5 grand in Peanut, you could have 20x'd it to 100 grand already. Then you could have started moving around, right? So you're looking for the hit. The problem is someone 5 grand looking for that hit, they throw a grand in a meme and throw a grand in a meme. And eventually they have left with a couple thousand because all the memes rug them, waiting for that perfect meme, Uh, yeah. Um, Sorry. God bless you. Love learning. No worries. Love learning. You're so nice. Love learning. Everybody was the first student I ever had. We were in a group together, and the owner of that group said, "This guy can do one-on-ones. If you need extra help, he's there for you." And I got this message on Telegram from a person named Love Learning. She said, "Hi, I really like your style. You know, the way you talk to people, blah, blah, blah. I was wondering if maybe you could help me." And we started our relationship, um, you know, and we started a relationship and, as friends. And she just became basically like the godmother of the group. She's the person I called the night my mother died when I was in the hospital. She's got me through so many of the toughest times in my life. And she cares about everybody here as if you are her children. She's watched my group grow from the very stages of the thought of it in my mind to where we are all today. She has basically mothered me through the whole process and told me that I was building something amazing from the very beginning and that it was something special that she had never seen. And she's just a very special person to my heart. She's a very special person to be here. I just want everyone to know how much she means to me and always give her the utmost respect. And she is just a gem. You rarely find people like that in your life. It's very, very rare. And when you do, you cherish those moments. You cherish every moment that you get to spend with these types of people. And my group brings you those types of people. I really think for 99, you get to find some of the greatest people on earth, man, in your life. Uh, Steve Garza, I'm blessed to have found you 2 years ago. Your guidance and teaching has been a huge part of my financial success, uh, not just in crypto, but life as a whole. All love, brother. God bless you, Steve. And God bless you on your remodel, man. That's awesome. You are the opportunity. So who cares, right? About Bitcoin. It's about you and you made your move. God bless. I struggle with whether or not to sell some of my Bitcoin ETF when Bitcoin gets to 100K and then try to buy it back when the price drops. I don't know if this is a good strategy. If my Bitcoin is a long-term hold, please let me know what you think. I mean, you're going to do what you got to do, right? If you're not good at swing trading, if you've never done it before, you're probably going to fumble the bag. I would try to swing trade a few times beforehand. You know what I mean? Meaning like find a coin, watch it pump, see if you can sell it. You say that, but watch you not be able to sell it at 100K like you said you would. It's a lot harder than you realize unless you have it planned out. And in your plan, you have to be okay with the plan not being. You have to be like, oh, I'm going to sell it 100K, and I'm going to buy back at 84, right? And but what if it just dips to 96? You never get to, and then next you wake up next morning, it's 104, 105. Then you know what to do. Then you ape in at 104, and then it tanks back to 86. I've seen everything happen, or then it just keeps running, and you ape back in at 108, and you miss the gap. In my humble opinion, Bitcoin is too volatile, moves too crazy at the right times. It's better. I fumbled the bag a couple times back in the day. I remember when Bitcoin was 10,000 one morning. It was ripping. It was ripping. It went up to like 10.8, and I was about to go to work, and I was like, oh, I was in a trade, and I had a bunch of Bitcoins, and I was like, man, I could buy more. This is a huge move, and I sold all my Bitcoin or whatever I had at the time a little bit, and I was like, and next thing you know, I'm in the car, and like every time I'm at like a light or something, I'm like, and it's starting to come back. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then it came down and then it went over where I was. And I was like, oh my God, now I gotta buy more. I'm like, no way, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. I start freaking out. And then it went back below, and then like it went like right near, and I got it again. And I took a deep breath and I realized how scary it was not to have Bitcoin. And I was like, I never want to be on the outside again. And I never swung trade my Bitcoin stash ever again. I decided from that day on, when I bought Bitcoin and I sent it to the hardware wallet, it was never coming out. Never. And that was it. And that's been it forever, ever since. So I lost everything leverage trading. Got to start from scratch. Got to start swing trading to see if that helps me build a bag. Sold at 90. Now hard to get back in. Nice Stowy. Nice Stowy. I don't know what Stowy is. Well, maybe you're talking about someone's name, Stowy there. I'm trying to figure it out. Nice story, I think you're saying. Yeah, yeah. The E is near the R. Yeah, yeah. I do that all the time. Nice story. I'm the king of typos, so I will never call someone out for a typo. All right. Yeah, so just psychologically, Bitcoin can mess with you more than any asset in the world. I've been through it. Trust me. It's, who here was waiting to accumulate, thinking you were going to be able to get it below 70K? and it got away from you. Be honest. Just be honest. You know, Sam, you gave me the confidence to buy and keep buying. I made it to 1.9. God bless you, brother. I lost everything leverage trading. I'm sorry to hear that. And see, one person slowly bought Bitcoin. Now is 1.9. One person leverage traded without the proper knowledge. Leverage trading is its own beast. It's going to develop feelings. See, this is the thing. I thought of a great metaphor for leverage trading. All right. Let's just say everybody has a little demon inside. Let's just say maybe we all kind of do. As humans, we're inside of the dualities of life, right? We could be evil, we could be good. Any given moment, we can choose which one we want to be. That's what we're stuck with as humans, right? And that's, and the more you choose to be better, the more that habit forms, and the more you're just habitually a good person. Like you'll form whatever habits you consistently do. So if you consistently do good for others, it's going to feel good for you. You're going to be a good person. Like I know what it's like to do good things for other people. I do it all the time. It feels great. The other day, I was at the beach just the other day. I saw this old guy. The tide was coming in. He moved all his stuff. He's an older guy. He was in shape. He didn't need any help really, but he moved his umbrella. He moved his things. I saw his chair there. I said to my wife, I was like, "Watch, we'll hook this old guy up." I ran. I grabbed his chair. Put it, and he's just telling you the story right now. I feel like a good person, And the guy looked at me. He was like, "Oh, you're a good guy, huh?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Let me get your chair, buddy." And then I sat back down. I didn't ask for nothing. I didn't try to start a conversation. I didn't try to sell him nothing. I didn't tell him who I was. I wasn't trying to do it to do nothing but to do it. And it feels good. I get to tell the story right now. It feels good. I do this stuff all the time. Random acts of kindness. They'll build you up. They'll make you feel like a great person. You know, it's the little things in life that build your character, and when you do those things when no one's watching, when nobody cares, and that's really what matters. Okay. So the daily could definitely, and honestly, because we had such a big move up, it could be kind of a slow bleed down. It may fake us out a couple times before it comes back down. And that's why this is going to be a little more difficult for the next few days, even for me, than all of us realize. Even today, you have to admit, I got a little faked out there. Like it looked like a bear flag. It was showing bearishness. It had a giant head and shoulder pattern, but then it didn't dump. But then it dumped, then it came back. Then, you know, so again, I'm not in a leverage trade. I want to make that clear. Even though I put that short out, until I might put a short out, like watch this flag, but I will say underneath it, I said, I have just entered a trade. This is the trade I've entered. So if you're new, I just want to make that clear. All right. I may put out ideas again, but like when I put out this idea here earlier, right? I said something about not, I had been in a leverage trade on and off for weeks, right? Like when I take like 3 hours off of a leverage trade, it's like, it's straight because I see so many probabilities and most of them play out. So I'm always kind of like, you know what I mean? I always take it. I always take a shot. This feels like March all over again. Most people thought it would not go down, but Sammy had us on point with the lows, and we were not blindsided. I traded like uh someone said thought there was a perfect cup in hand on the 1 minute, but it was so slow and then came back down. Yeah. It's also Thursday night, generally lower volume. It's like the bull market's here. We still have to remember the days of the week and how the week moves and how money flows in and out. Right. Thank you, Michael Cash. Today I traded the 200 like a bot and it paid off. Exactly. If you trade the 200 like a bot, it's very, I'm telling everybody, it's the way. This mentorship has made me a better trader in person. Thank you. God bless you, Sheets 992. I love the feedback tonight. It's very good. It's very clear. It's very concise. You people are amazing. Let me make sure. Yeah, audio's good. Everything's looking good. Okay. So now we're on the 4 hour time frame. The daily doesn't have much to give us because the daily doesn't have a lot of support. The 4 hour spreads out a little bit, and we can clearly see bounce, bounce. We can clearly define support in two areas. We can clearly define support at 86,005. We can clearly define support at 87,000. And I like to be exact where these two candles close on each other, right? See? So you see where this candle opened because it was the green, 87,325. So we'll say 87,300. So today we bounced off of 87,300. We did go a little lower. And let's take a look at our daily candle. Our daily candle opened at 89,463 and 99 cents. The high was 89,464 even. The low was $86,668.21. And the candle would close at 87,325 and 59 cents. We would go down 2,138 bucks, 2.39% on the day. Red candle, bearish engulfing. You can put this candle inside. Bearish engulfing. You can put this candle inside. Okay. Bearish engulfing candles usually produce a continuation to the downside. All right. We would like to see this. Now, fast move down usually do produce a fast move up. I was surprised that we didn't recover the move today. It looked like we were going to recover the move around 2 or 3 o'clock, and I had nailed the reversal. I was like sure of it. I drove my daughter to school. I came back. I had been watching that. Sorry, I've been watching that trade for hours, just slowly milking it, working it, right? Taking on the risk, watching the moves. And then, they took 18 hours of consolidation out in an hour. It was insane, you know? And I looked at my wife and said, man, that's manipulation. Like, that's just crazy. Again, like I said, had you just traded the little 200 MA on the 1 minute, boom. Did a little trading with Peanut as well, in and out. Amen. Pepe is behind Bitcoin. How do you play it? It crosses the 200 later than Bitcoin. It crosses the 20 at the time when Bitcoin is crossing the 200. Just play it exactly like keep it separate and use your own moving averages. Learn what you learn from Bitcoin and trade everything the same way. Hands down the best. You and Master Fred made a monster out of me. Thank you and blessings. Yo, V hit bad, man. You're amazing, dude. I see you do you're a monster friend, right? Yeah, I think so. That guy is like, he's posting $30,000 gains. Like, besides Render, what other project can mostly be safe and give a nice run up before the end of the bull run? Not investment advice. I like Near Protocol. Like, thank you, Sam, for staying in contact with us so we know where you stand on trades with ideas and things to watch. Yeah, you know why? Because this is why. I was in trading groups. The guy would say something, and then weeks later, he'd be like, what's going on? Like, are you still in that? Are you down 30 grand? Like, be honest with us, And so when I do stuff, I could got into Render and not told a soul, right? I could have. And then when it tanks, no one will know. And then when it rips, I could come out and be like, yeah, there's my huge position in Render. And we're like, when did you buy that? Oh, I was down underwater for a little while. I didn't want anyone to know. But now that it's up, I want to let you know. And so, the sad thing is maybe Bitcoin does tank here. And maybe I lose 20 grand on my Render bag. But it's such a big bag that it could come back 20 grand too. You know what I mean? It's 80 grand a Render. It could go down 40 grand. Like, so be it. If I had 80 grand to put in, then I have 40 grand for it to go down. You know what I mean? And not stress it at all. So, Sam, do you planning on getting back on SEI? I did get back into SEI. We're going to talk about all that today. Advice on being more patient and FOMO. You just have to DCA. You have, if you're FOMOing or being more patient, you just have to plan it out. You have to say, how much do I have? I got 50, 60 grand. What coins do I want? Like, and this is going to be an example. I want Near, I want Render, I want Pepe, I want Whiff, and I want Jinin. Let's just say, right? I got 50 grand. I want 10 grand in the big ones, right? That's 20. I want 10 grand in here. Now you have 20 left. Or maybe you want 20 grand in the big ones. It gives you 10 left, and then 3 grand in like these two or something, whatever. And then you divide it. Once you decide how much you want in each coin and what coin you want, you then just buy it in 3 sections. If you have 5,000, you buy 1,500, 1,700 3 times. If it's 10,000, you buy 3,300 3 times, And to me, that's the best bet, is to just buy it in 3 sections at a time. That way, and again, you may not catch the bottoms, you may not catch the tops, but usually get a dang good entry. Usually, and then you're less, and you're not psychologically freaked out because you're buying around, And if you can spread them out, like I'd say in a 2-week period, usually you do pretty good. I'm getting a sense of your bullishness might not be optimal for my risk tolerance, but I desire the bigger gains. I'm confused by that. Advice on exiting losing trades. I'll be on a winning streak, then a trade doesn't go my way, and I find difficult exiting. I like that question. That's a good question. Sammy's opinion on moon cycles and gematria. I think there's something to everything in life because we're all connected. And so every ethereal essence is an energetic form that plays off the next. We are an ebb and flow of basically, we're in a stitched fabric of space and time that's all connected. And so, of course, like gematria would have into play. Tomorrow night's a full moon. Good chance that Bitcoin pumps on the full moon. Let's talk about some bullishness. All right. I was a little bearish for this first time. I'm showing you where we could go back. Let's talk about some possible bullishness. This is a falling wedge, is it not? Falling wedges break up 68% of the time, don't they not? The 4 hours extremely oversold, is it not? Like the most I've seen it in a long time. Okay. This is a bit of a double bottom, is it not? Like we seem to have come to this area twice and bounced off of it. Do we get a bounce on the 4 hour time frame? Looking at the stochastics or looking at price action, if you would even just take this swing low to there, that's a downtrend. But right now, it's uptrending on the price action. Look, for right now, and it's very slight. Usually I like it better than this, but for right now, that's hidden bullish divergence. That swings up while that swings down. It tells me that we'll break this high before we break this low. That's what it says. All right. Will it hold? It's a little sketchy because like only one little move and it's not there anymore. Usually it's a bigger range and it covers a bigger area. If you were to extend it though, and attempt to do this and you don't skip, you have hidden bullish divergence again as this swings up, but this swings down. You kind of skip the divergence. I've been backtesting these types of when you skip a section of divergence. I've been backtesting that idea. But that to me is hidden bullish on a very, very, oversold. And then if we take wick to wick, I mean, you're bouncing off the 786 fib. This is master friend money printer right here on the 4 hour time frame. That's telling you, and it bounced off the 786 with the wick. It's a sloppy cup and handle, right? But it's kind of a cup and handle. There's a chance we reverse tonight. There really is, I have to tell you, everyone's like, but Sam, you're the master. You just said we're bullish. Now you're saying we're bears. Now we're bullish. You're a flip-flopper, Sammy. Honestly, I am a guy that has no idea where Bitcoin's going to go. I'm just someone who's showing you all the things that I know. And when I see something strong, I go on it. And then I believe long-term that Bitcoin's going to go up in value. I wish I could tell you I'm going to be right every single time. I'm not. I'm going to be right most of the time, though. I know that for a fact, because I have been. I've watched my own live streams. Like I can go through my mind and think of all the live streams I've done in the last year. And I can say, hey, man, 280 of those 365 days, I hit it pretty good. Like it was very rare I was wrong. I think there was like 40 days last year that I was wrong out of the 365. Like the days I was wrong, I sat there with my hands in my head for like hours because I was like, wait, like when I was like really adamant, we were like, just remember 2-3 weeks ago, or it was like right before the plumb, I was like, we're gonna move here, and then they rigged us, and then they moved us. You know what I mean? 2 nights ago, when I drew the flag, and I was like, oh, and then they broke the flag, and I was like, oh, but they got us back in, and then we got the huge long on Monday, right? And it all played out for us. Like it's, they've been, but we've been, I stay on it. I stay on it. I'm like, wait, no, they're trying to budge me for what I know is right. Like this is the falling wedge is supposed to break out. So they might play games today and they might do something like this, but boom, next thing you know, it does break out, but they'll make you feel like it may not. They got a lot of people watching price action now. It's like harder for them to manipulate. They got to like play more games. Also, if you're leveraging now, you're going to notice if you're higher leverage, you're getting hit off more because they're going after high leverage people. I told you, I've been spreading out my trades, bringing the leverage down to 25, right? I'm not up in the hundreds anymore like I was for a while. Bringing the leverage down to 25, staying, right? That's why people gravitate towards you. You're humble and real. So many people talk like they know exactly where price is going. If I knew where price was going, then like why, like I would just be sitting there printing money, right? I mean, we do a pretty damn good job. We basically do print money, but the only reason I print money is because I don't take a day off. The only reason I'm successful in trading is because I'm consistent. If I hit a flag enough, I win more than I lose. And so I can lose here and there, but I'm gonna win more than I lose if I stay. I have a system that makes 60%. I'm gonna make at least 60% of my trades. So the only thing that's gonna stop me is if I don't show up. My system works so well. I just need to show up. It's so there was times like a year and a half ago where I would like wake up in the day and I don't know if you watch my live streams, but sometimes I would trade, sometimes I wouldn't. I would call it all the time, but I would never trade it. and I'd be hesitant. And I'd get off the live and I was like, man, I could have made dough right there. And I sat with Master Friend and he's been like, it's funny, he's been mentoring me as he's like, I'm gonna make you like you're gonna be like a multi-million-dollar trader, bro. He's like, you're on the way to becoming one of the biggest traders in the world, bro. Like, he's like, you're so close to breaking out. And every day I see different, you do a bigger thing and your trades get bigger and you're a little more aggressive. And he messaged me the other day. He's like, yo, you're about to blow, bro. And then our channel exploded. Um, Trading is the hardest thing I've ever done. It will teach you so much about yourself. Oh, and friendly reminder, bro, for the eye exercises. Yeah, I never even remembered that. Did you send me an email about that? I never remembered. That was like I haven't remembered it since you brought it up. See? Me too. And the losses overtake all my wins. Yeah. Advice on exiting. All right, I'm gonna answer your questions too. There's great questions. Let's just finish this Bitcoin analysis, and I'm gonna scroll back. Um, so there's a chance here that the 4 hour breaks out. We've hit support, right? We've wicked down, and for whatever reason, we're starting to find that the world likes these prices for Bitcoin. Remember, nation states could be buying Bitcoin behind our back right now. Whole entire countries. I've heard a whole country was buying Bitcoin and they didn't disclose. Someone was buying. Something was going on. Like it wasn't, those weren't, that was a lot of money coming into the market at once. It was a lot of money, right? Have you learned a lot through trading, both the wins and the losses? The greed is real. I've learned a lot through trade. Yeah, the greed is real when you win. Yeah. See, that's why you have to be disattached, you know? Like this Rolex is cool, but like again, if I lost it, my whole point is it doesn't mean anything to me. It didn't make me cool. It doesn't change me. What makes me cool is the fact that I show my losses. What makes me cool is that I say I don't know where Bitcoin's going. What makes me cool is that thousands of people say I mentored them and changed their lives. Like, you know how many people can buy this Rolex? You know what I mean? And make 20 grand. But you know how many people can never say that they changed people's lives? So like it makes you realize that material things really don't matter because they don't give you the feedback and the love and the feeling. This watch does not tell me how much I changed its life. You know what I mean? Like you guys do that. It's cool to have because other people had it, I guess. You just want to see like, oh, what's it like to have the things that people have? Then you have it and you're like, oh, that's what it was. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I just wanted to hit this level. And then you're like, but what was it? Did I hit a level because other people wanted me to hit it? Was it where, you know what I mean? For me, it's a little personal journey. You know, always like I always just hang out with men. They always had a nicer watch than me. I would sit at dinner and they always balling out. I was like, all right, you know what I mean? Man, I want to close trucking business and do full-time trading. We shall see. I would never, I mean, you get a good business, man. I would put someone in control and always watch over them and see if I can always milk something or sell it to someone with a 10% stake. You got a cash flow business, man. I always see people say they want to sell their business. I'm so business hungry. I'm like, you're going to sell something that makes you money? You know? So the 1 minute looks good to me. And, it's home. I mean, the 1 hour, it almost looks like we could reverse again today, like we did last night. Or right there, right? We called that reversal yesterday, only to get it. And look, there was the shoulder, the head, the shoulder, and it did dump, but it could have done worse. And this is interesting. We could have said this is the neckline that broke, came back inside. And if that is the neckline, we kind of almost hit the target. But in such a bullish time, you may not hit the target of all your bearish patterns, right? Because that makes sense. So now let's talk. I mean, there's a chance this head and shoulder did play out already now. I never even considered that. We broke it first. We got back inside. We made a neckline. You try to say, well, that's the neckline slanted. It's down here. I've never seen it that slanted. It usually makes more sense like this. So there's a chance that like we accomplished the bearish pattern inside and we are going to reverse. The 1 hour looks like it's going to reverse very nicely. And there's even a bullish div here. Like this is coming down, but more flat. And that's definitely more viciously down. That's a bullish divergence. They're both pointing down, but one is down. One's actually flat. No, that's actually bullish div. That's an uptrend. And you can clearly see that's a nasty downtrend. So you have bullish divergence, a double bottom on the stochastics, the MACD turning. I tell you what, the daily may not look that great, but the small time frames could grind us on out. I think I'm going to be willing to take a long shot here on this position. I think I'm getting some FOMO for a long. Think about it. They got everyone scared today. They build up the fear. Dun, 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 right? And honestly, who's on the wrong side of the trade now? Everyone is short right now with stop losses up here, aren't they? Everybody thinking we're going to go down. Freaked out. Oh, Bitcoin always comes back, Dude, nation states, the whole world, like you have the whole world behind the trade, right? Again, I could be wrong. We could come up, hit a key level, and dump. How do we know what's going to happen tonight? The small time frames. And then this is going to be hard for the beginners because small time frames take a couple years to really get a handle of. Your 15-minute is going to be your guide tonight. Why? If you decide, look, there's a head and shoulder right there, is it not? Right there. So I see the 1 hour reversal with a head and shoulder on the 15. Many times that's how. So you can see I get into longs. I need a double entendre. I need 2 or 3 things. I need a multiple reasons to get in. So if I'm going to get into a trade, look, that's an inverted and the 1 hour looks like it could reverse. I got 2 things now that make me want to trade. And we saw the bullish divvy. Okay. And we had a little bit of hidden bullish on the 4 hour. Okay. I'm a detective. I'm starting to build, I've seen all these reversals before. Trust me, I've seen all this happen. Like nothing, price action it done a few different things, but it takes parts of what it's already done before, even when it does something different. Never really does something that much different. Having nice things is great, truth in materials, but it's not the be all. We are meant to appreciate nice things. Amen. Thank you. I saw people online complaining about for residual any library. No, that's like all a bunch of nonsense, man. Yeah. We've had so many lifers. Yeah. They do that when Mexi takes too much share. They went on a campaign against Mexi like 10 months ago, and they all went online and said all this. It was all a lie. It was like someone who was people get together and they're really vicious. Yeah. If you have any problems with Mexi, I have a rep. I can hit him up. He can go through your ID and he can unfreeze your account like in 1 second. So I've never had to do that. No one's ever they've had some issue. Eventually it gets clean. It gets figured out. In my opinion, that role I symbolize all the work and dedication you put into this channel and group. It's the physical reminder of all you achieve. Blessings, brother. Love to see you. It does. It's because you know what? This Rolex was unattainable to me years ago. I couldn't. I mean, maybe it wasn't, but I believed it was. That's the thing, dude. The Rolex. It's not about the Rolex. The Rolex tells me that my mind can achieve any goal I want. That a watch for 20 grand is really peanuts. Like I can make millions of dollars. Like my mind was thought when I thought this watch was expensive, I was thinking small. You know what I mean? I was thinking small. Like I didn't, my mind wasn't, I couldn't conceive of the big ideas that I needed to conceive of to bring my life to the next level. And, my life was going to stay where it was because my mindset was where it was until I decided to expand my thoughts and expand my mind. This Rolex was never going to hit my wrist. You see, the Rolex hit my wrist when my mind expanded. It's just a representation of going after what I loved and doing what I wanted to do with my life. If you have a thing, be it a watch or a piece of art that reminds you of a positive part of your life or a result of something you made and smile has a huge value to you. Wow, thank you. Honestly, there's people in this chat that are there's people that have more knowledge than I do. I read these chat and I'm like, wow, that guy knows something I don't. He just made me realize things, right? So I didn't realize you were trying to record there, Love Learning. I am recording though, so we're good. I got it today. So look, doesn't this have some Adam and Eve vibes? We did this exact same thing earlier today. Right? On the 1 minute. And on the 1 minute, we did a very similar reversal earlier today on the 1 minute down in there. Remember, it looked just like this. But then we gave it up. The 21 curving, punching up to the 200 MA. Low stochastics on the 7 minute. I'm going to take this trade. It's a Thursday night. I don't, I don't like to trade Thursday nights, but I like this trade. I'm going to use this low wick here as my, if I can get a 3-to-1. If not, I'm going to use that secondary wick right there. Still going to be pretty close. It's a high risk trade. I'm a little too close though. I might make it. I usually don't do this, but depending on the risk, very rare I don't go to a 3-to-1. I might make this trade a 2-7, meaning I'll risk 2.7 for 1, which is 270 for 100 for 270, not 100 for 3. I'm just it's telling me that we could reverse. Yeah, maybe they're lying to me again, but it's telling me we could reverse. The 1 minute just broke above the 200, and it's in a bit of a flag. It has a inverted head and shoulder. So like that's my signal for a long. We've reversed, you know, and we're oversold on everything. I'm gonna take a jump on it. I could be wrong here, but I'm gonna take a gander on this one. I didn't have to call the absolute bottom, which we actually did earlier today. Actually we didn't. It went lower at one point though, so no. But my whole point is you don't have to buy the wick bottom to catch the bottom. So if you're in the screen share, the first thing we do is we spend about 30 to 40 minutes on Bitcoin, figure out what it's going to do tonight, get a good handle on it, right? So when we come back tomorrow, then I go over my portfolio, what I did. Then we go over token metrics and look for new coins. It's about a 2 hour process. Uh, we're about a third through already. We're moving pretty fast. I go over mindset. I answer questions too throughout this. I love the questions. I can't wait to get back to them. More cool questions tonight than I've seen in a long time. The chat's popping tonight. I really appreciate it. And I see a lot of people that are, and I have great answers for those questions because I've been there and I've got great answers for those questions. So I could trade the 4 hour time frame mainly, and that's probably the time frame I would like to trade. It tells us we go back to 96. That's just a measured move from wick to wick here. So that's just, I even bring it down a little bit. 96, 250. Okay. And then if I put my wick down beneath the lowest wick, there's a chance if they go crazy, they don't get me. So they're going to get all the 100x people that are close to the bone, but they may let us live. And so that's what I was trying to tell you guys. Like, you can make more money if you zoom out a little bit because they go after everybody, but it's almost like a fisherman. Once his net is 80% fill, he's going to be pretty good. And he's going to leave those other fish alone. So like they're going to go and get who they can, but they're going to let the humble traders make some gains because they're going to go after the viciously, absurdly irresponsible people first. The over leverage, the no stop loss, those people they're gonna go after them and take them out. They're basically feeding food for the alligators for you. Let those people get eaten up. I'm not trying to be rude, but I'm just saying, like, let those people get eaten up. They're not handling their money properly, so they deserve to get eaten up. Right? That's the facts. Don't be in the herd that gets chewed alive. That's how I make a living of avoiding being in that herd. Okay. Why do we watch short squeeze after short squeeze for the last 2 years straight on my live stream? How many mornings did we watch? And that was tons of people getting liquidated and we were longing every time. That means we were basically with like retail was wrong and we were with institutions. Like we were trading against everybody else most of the time. We were counter trading the herd, right? How did we get the short squeeze so much? Because we were able to see what they couldn't see. Of course, they're not going to spend 7 days straight every day on the market. If you do that, you're going to have an edge, man. I look at the market more than people, so I'm going to have an edge more than they do, period. I tell everyone it's just like being in war. You go into war, and I just did 5 tours in Iraq, and you just got off the plane, you'd probably want to sit with me for a couple of days. I'd be able to tell you a lot about how to avoid all the pitfalls of war, right? And the same thing, trading to me is war, all right? It's war, man. They're trying to take me out. They're trying to take my family's money. Like my family would be on the street. Like I'll have no food. Like they leverage, they liquidate me. I'm done. You know what I mean? That's why I don't put my net worth into liquidation events. That's not a smart idea. So 85, 480 is my target. All right. Now, if we go to 96, I'd like to make a little more. I may make this a bigger, I kind of want to scalp on the way up. So what I'm going to do is, this is what I do. I go to the Coin M Perpetual. I don't have much time, but I go to the Coin M Perpetual. And I'll trade this on the Coin M Perpetual. Could very well roll over. It could very well do this. It could be making some type of complex head and shoulder here. We may just get a push up and a rejection. We're going to have to flip 90,000. That's an area we probably could get resistance by. Once we flip that, we're going to we can move that to break even, and this trade will probably be, so that's what we're looking at. I'm already planning out how I'm going to even maneuver through the trade if it does go in my way, right? It's like you got to know what you're going to do so you do it when it happens. Otherwise, it's got to be just you got to be a computer that can just press the button and get it done. You can't be thinking too much about it. And as a beginning trader, you're going to be thinking a lot about it because you haven't done it before. Eventually, all these things that I do will become second nature to you. Funny, my wife's always in the room talking to me, and I'm drawing charts. I'm like, yeah, yeah, and like my mind is just drawing like I'm not focused on it anymore. Like it's doing it. It's just doing it. I can see it, right? To regulate. And Bitcoin was at all time highs yesterday. Like it's kind of like it's crazy for people to get so sad. It's weird though how quickly we can all be like, well, our whole lives are at stake. They're moving with the market. They do a good job of manipulating people. And remember, keep repeating this. I am the opportunity. Say after me right now. I am the opportunity. No, 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 no. I am the opportunity. Say it with me. I don't care who's in your room. I don't care where you're at. I am the opportunity. Say it again. I am the opportunity. Repeat it every morning 10 times. Repeat it 10 times at night. Repeat it till you believe it. You are the opportunity. You are the opportunity. It's not Bitcoin. It's not all these altcoins. It's you. You're going to draw the experience into your life that's going to create something unique. You're the opportunity. Don't forget that. The more you repeat that to yourself, the more you will make better decisions in your trades because you won't be chasing stuff because you realize it's you. All right. And that answers the question of someone who's hard to take profits. Like you're thinking the coin is the opportunity, so you can't take profit, but you're the opportunity. Take profits for yourself. Pay yourself. You owe it to yourself. Don't be in trades and give yourself all that energy and take nothing from it. That's depressing. That's tough. Today was tough for me. I worked really hard to track that. I found the double top bubble moon, the bubble bottom moon. I had that reversal. It looked locked in for me. And I didn't really make many gains today. And I worked like for 4 or 5 hours stalking that price action. Funny, we're at 88K and some folks are freaked out. We came down. Yeah. The live gives you enough information to make successful trades, and the 99 gives you the extra sauce, emotional support, and the education to get better day by day. It's the edge. Bitcoin lifer. I love that, man. Mentor Sammy. Yeah. But I got to reiterate, I've watched many YouTube channels over the last couple of years. None compared to yours and how real you and your channel are. The week I decided to become a 99er. This week, currently trading account in the red, but I have learned from it and looking forward to continue learning. Have to do it for my family. If everyone, I did it. I fell into it. I wasn't good at it. I didn't know what I was doing. I got a mentor. I joined a trading group. I always listen to Jim Rohn, and he was like, I knew a fellow, right? I once knew a fellow. I love his stories. Like, I once knew a fellow. He wanted to be in business, but he didn't know how. He was discouraged. He always felt like, he couldn't, he wasn't going to be able to become a good businessman, and he was worried in his life. And what did he do? He attended seminars. He found mentors. All right. I just wanted to delete I I disabled annotation from others, but then like I can't delete it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, annotate. There it is. And I can hit this X button, right? No, hold on. I'm almost there. One more second. Sorry, distract us. Right click here. Trash. Clear all. There we go. All right. So the daily doesn't look amazing. You know, other time frames don't look amazing. Do we get the reversal is the question. 1 hour could dump on us too here. You got resistance now. And it makes sense. Look, you wicked down and bounced, you wicked up and got rejected. You could say it's like about 88.5. That's where that wick, like, the candles close a little lower, but 88.5 is like our thorn in the side. Like we just didn't, it seems like people, I got mixed signals tonight. I'll be honest. I may not take the trade. You know, very good chance we could dump down to the 200. Good chance I got. I'm getting. I don't have like a high percentage one way. I like this inverted. A second ago was looking great, but all of a sudden it's like if this kept pumping, we got above the yellow line. Would have been a nice confirmation. I was getting ready to get in there, but I'm like, hmm. Slow volume. If I get in, the risk is going to be less, right? And I feel like I'd like to almost make it like just to take it out at 91.9. I don't feel as comfortable like going all the way up, but then I have to be closer to the bone. See, I don't like the risk of this trade. I don't like this setup. I like trades here where you have a lot of supportive resistance areas. When you get in here, you have this, like, you get, I like this trade a lot. Like this trade was awesome. Why? Because when I got in here, I had a bunch of supportive resistance and levels that I could believe in, that I had already seen play out. Okay. And it gave me confidence. But here it's like we lose that. I know we're dropping the shelf. There's really not much to stop it. So like I either go for it or I don't. Right. I win most of the trades I take. Now, when I didn't trade and I was a Sally, I'll be honest, when I was living in fear, I lost some trades, I won some trades, and I wasn't a consistent trader. So, of course, when I got into trades, I didn't feel that good about it. But I win most of my trades now. So I'm confident when I open the trade that it's likely going to play out. I know that it could lose. And but I know I bounce back from every loss I've ever had. Like it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So in my mind, like it's I don't have to stress it. You know, all I have to do is keep being consistent. The second I let the trading get in my head and I lose my consistency, then I'll start losing my win rate. Kind of crazy, but it's true. So what I'm using the coin M because I want to scalp tomorrow. And when I use the USD M, I don't like scalping on USD because I can't see the pricing as much as on the Bitcoin side, right? This is Bitcoin as collateral, right? Put in like 0.25 Bitcoins or 0.46. Just want to end up with a whole Bitcoin and not lose the Bitcoin that I put in. I never traded Bitcoin with collateral in my life. I always thought it was a horrible idea. Like I told you, once I get Bitcoin, I like to lock it up. When I set Bitcoin into this account, it was a big deal for me because I was like, man, if I lose this Bitcoin, I'm a clown. So, but luckily, yeah, every like 90% of the trades I open on the USD pair hit. I hit like 60% on the USDT or maybe 70, but the USD pair, I don't know what it is. And I'm probably going to jinx myself now. But whenever I use the USD pair, oh my God, I can't explain it. It tends to be 90% of the time I win the trade. I shouldn't say it, right? Because I'm gonna. It's just weird. I don't know why, but I get so good. I'm even more lucky when it comes to the BTC USD pair. I don't know. I don't know why. I think I don't stress it as much. I put bigger time frames on it, so they tend to play out. 0.016, right? So you got to do the math here too. This is like the pain in the butt of these trades. It's like it should be able to show me in Bitcoin what it is. Uh, Maybe I can change that to no. I don't know. Quantity there. Yeah, no, I want it. Anyway, so when you do this, you just have to be very careful. So Bitcoin's at 88,129. Okay. Look, I went through the math and the math tells me to take the long. It tells me that I have a good probability to win. So I take it. That's it. Times 0.0. 1647233. So that's going to be $1,400, and it's 41 for 121. So I know that's a 3-to-1, right? So I'm gonna make 1,400 for 4 grand. They hit me off, I'm gonna lose $1,400. I'm up huge in this account. $1,400 wouldn't be a big deal. I could handle it. Do I want to go that heavy? And then I have to go all the way up here for the gain. It's kind of like, to me, it's a little silly of a trade because I have to get such a big gain to make 4 grand, but I got to risk so much right close to the point. It makes me want to lower the trade a little bit. And if I'm up like 400, just take it right here. Then re-engage the trade with a stop down here again, right? Like something like this. You see? Or like that. It's probably what I'm going to do. Is if we break out and I wake up tomorrow, I'll be up like $500-600. I'll take it. I'll feel great. I'll wake up in gains, and then I'll find out like, will be nice if we make an inverted head and shoulder here. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, and we break out. So I'm going to take the long without hesitation. I just dulled it down to like about 1,200. I made 10 grand yesterday. I could take a $1,400 loss tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, it's worth it. When you're up a lot, and that's what I keep doing. Every time I gain a big risk, I risk a little more. You know? No, I don't risk what I made, but I risk a little, I get a little more risky. You know? You make $1,000,000, then you risk 200 grand. You make 200 grand, you risk 40 grand, right? It's like, and another thing, Sam, how many monitors do you use? 6 monitors. Yeah. I'll film my desk. It's kind of a mess at one point here. When I trade a lot and don't sleep a lot, it gets pretty crazy. I'll do a video and then I'll send it to you guys and inside and I'll play it. So here's my setup. If you want to know what it's like, I got 6 monitors. I got the green screen behind me. I got a really cool office. I built the Tower of London there, put it on top of the bookcase. Got another built-in bookcase behind me too, which is pretty cool. Got Mike Tyson's gloves that he signed. Got like an old Spanish gun. My dad when he died. And, my Tom Brady corner because I love Tom Brady. Old motorcycles because I love old motorcycles. I still got some things I want to put out. I'm a camera guy. I've been doing camera work, and my mom painted that for me. And so it was the first apartment I ever lived in outside of the campus in Queens, New York. But this is my office, man. And these are my monitors, and this is how I do it. I make sure I didn't put anything on my monitors I want people to see. Everything looks all right. You never know, right? In your life, like, is there a password out there or something? No, it all looks legit. It all looks legit. Um, yeah, this is it, man. This is it. All right. Did I make the trade? Yeah, I did. All right. So my kids are so cute. Propose. Oh yeah. I just posted to Twitter. Actually, I had to do it again. Let me just get this done real quick. I'm sorry. I got to do it one more time. And record, right? So everyone wanted to see my office real quick. This is my office. These are the 6 screens. Keep a little Escalade on the screen there, right? But this is it. The Bitcoin sticker on the keyboard, ready to go. If I have to hang my shirt or something, I got a coat hanger. But yeah, 6 monitors, right? So I can look at Bookmap. I can look at all the things I need. The green screen goes up and down behind me. It's retractable. It's real nice and easy, right? Then you got a cool little corner here with Mike Tyson's gloves, Tom Brady corner, all the fun stuff, right? My mother painted that, so it's in my room. And I have another like bookcase here, right, with my McAfee belt that I was given. There's my technical analysis belt, which actually goes right there, up there. I gotta put it up there. But yeah, this is my spot. You see, I built the London Bridge with my daughter. It's like a huge Lego up there, pretty cool. And then yeah, this is what it's like, man. This is where I'm at. This is where the magic happens. This is where all the awesome trades go down. This is where the stream pops off. This is it. All right. Sorry about that. You guys are like, what the heck is he doing? If I was you, I'd be interested to know. I love stuff like that, like behind the scenes. Okay, cool. So I answered his question in video form. All right, let's get. So I took along. You guys see what I'm thinking. I could be horribly wrong. We may reject and fall back down. How will we know what happens? Really, it's going to be down to the 1 minute. The 1 minute will lose that 200 and we will tank back to the bottom of this trend line here at 867. I still won't get stopped out. There's a chance we could bounce there. You see, at that point, I'll be down like what, 600-700 bucks. All right. And if I start to see us lose the 200, I may bail there down 300-400. See, that's what I do. Like I use the 200 to keep the losses light. I use it all the time. Now here we bounce. We have somehow the inverted head and shoulder. Now, like we're making us like this symmetrical triangle that could go either way. These mainly dump, but these mainly dump to the downside. So for the next few minutes, you're watching this to see how it's going to play out. If you lose the 200, you're dropping back down to 86.6. We could still bounce from there. Like they may fake the bounce. See, that's what they've been doing. They've been going like we're going to bounce, coming back down, but then making the bounce. They're just doing an extra couple of moves recently, right? All right. I'm learning library. There's a really good breakdown on time frames and how long they take to play out. I screenshot it and printed it on my desk for reference. Thank you, Michael Cash. Yep. You got to go through the learning library. Everybody that wants answers quick, they're here, but you got to put in the work for them. Okay. So once you join my trading group, there's like, it's about like a 3 month learning curve. All right. BDC booming. Look at that thing ripping. Was that Bad Cat or something, right? Yeah. Funny. But yeah, you got to go to the learning library right here, the content directory. And as painful as it may seem and how long it may take, I would watch every single video in here. Every video I put in here, I put in for a reason. Like I thought about it logically and was like, this could help someone if they do it this way, you know? So I don't put trash in there. I don't put, if it's in there, it's for you. It's going to help you. There's nothing in here that will waste your time, in my humble opinion. So I would sit one day, get a cup of coffee, and just get through as many as I can. My knowledge is different than you'll find on anyone else. Anyone else just takes TA and I have other ways of looking at it in a new age. It's different. My mind's not the same as everyone else that does technical analysis. I know it. You'll learn traditional fib, VRVP, and all that, but you'll learn some other stuff too. That even my mentors that taught me don't know. Like I felt like I could show my mentors things now at this point because I've gotten so deep. And they probably can too. Like, I'm not saying I know it all, but there's a level of aptitude at this point when you put it that's much work I've put in. So look, this is a complex inverted head and shoulder. That's the definition of this pattern. It has multiple right shoulders ahead and multiple right shoulders. These mainly break to the upside. You're getting tight moving averages. Let's go, Bitcoin. You get back above 89, we can kind of like the reversal is in. Inverted head and shoulder here above the 200. Things are looking good, but I'm still weird. We lose the 200, we drop down to 86.6. Then could we still bounce? We could. We could do one of these. And could you get too heady on the smaller time frames to the point of no control? Of course. Look at them, make sure they're above their 200s, make sure have a few key parameters, but don't sit there like, like if you want to trade this flag, trade it, but trade the 1 minute and only trade the 1 minute. I'm not trading the 1 minute right now, so I'm just looking at what could hurt me, and I'm going to go from there. Okay. So that takes care of Bitcoin. I don't think we really need to touch Bitcoin. Tomorrow, I'm going to do the macro technical analysis video. So we're going to cover total 3. We're going to go over all of the little things and the big things. All right. Let's talk about the portfolio, right? And let's talk about kind of what I did here. I'm starting to use Weeks now too because I'm cool with the people over at Weeks. I'm really comfortable with them. Like I don't know who owns MEXC, right? But Weeks, I have a person. Like I know the dude. Like he's like like he's flying. Like I'm gonna fly to Dubai with him. I've had multiple Zoom calls with him. He works with my team. Like we know the people at Weeks. Like we physically know them. So like if there's any problems, I can literally call him and be like, "Hey man, blah blah blah," and we can talk about it. Like it's not a big deal. It's not some random exchange out in the middle of nowhere, you know. So I like Weeks a lot. I'm starting to, I got money on Weeks now too. I did get back into SEI. Okay, bought $57,000. Okay, I bought back in. I figured it was a good place to get into alts. All right. I already had this render, but I bought a little render here. Okay. And I bought render also, and I bought 20 grand worth of near, down like $200 right now. Okay. So I added 20 grand in near, another like 20, about 80 grand of render, and 50 grand of SEI. And I probably bought another, and today I bought like 7 grand of Bitcoin when it went down to like 87 or whenever it took that dip on one of the dips, 88 lows or there, right? And anything else, I bought 5 grand worth of that other token, Neural AI. Where is it? I think I bought it on another wallet. Yeah, there it is. Neural AI. There you go. So I got some neural there. I literally opened this wallet and found 5 grand in it that I forgot I had. It's so crazy. I was like, oh yeah. I'd sent it there to do something, forgot about it one day and never, and I have like, and I was like, whoa. So I bought Neural AI. Token metrics keep putting it up. I keep seeing it. Something's telling me it's booming at my face. I'm like, all right, if I miss it, I miss it, but it's telling me, right? So again, I got Whiff pumped nicely. I got BMX, I got Wilder World, I got Goldfinch, I got BitTensor, Jasmy, Gala, Aether, Deep Book Protocol. That's the book I'm building. That's now I have 4 grand of that, right? TIA, that could do like a 30x, I believe, too. TIA is consolidating nicely. Someone asked for it. It's literally, I don't even need to do the chart. Just it's doing this, bro. Like in a long bowl. Like if you believe in it, you start buying that bowl. If you don't, like it is what it is. You know? So today's a kind of a high risk day to trade. Like if you don't have conviction and good control over your risk management, I wouldn't trade tonight. I really wouldn't. You can get wrecked if you're not in control tonight. Speaking of wigs, they disqualified me from spinning the wheel because I had lock positions, aka long and short, on the same asset. I wrote customer service but didn't get it resolved. Wouldn't have done it if I knew they disqualified me. Okay. I'll say something to him. I said you shouldn't disqualify people for that, and we'll talk about it. All right. I'm gonna copy this and paste it to Jamie, and he'll send it over there. We'll see where that goes. Okay, could wreck you to $1, possibly. I saw you hold Ondo. Are you not worried about the token unlock? No, I don't worry about stuff like that. I bought Ondo a long time ago, man. Yeah, we bought Ondo when it was cheap, bro. We don't worry. We don't stress. I don't worry, man. Worry is for people that don't believe in God. I mean, I shouldn't say that because you guys believe in God, but like, I don't worry. I've elevated myself to such a higher level that worrying is, see, every moment in the day, I am attracting abundance into my life. If I worry, then I can't attract abundance. I don't stress. If I make a bad decision and it doesn't go well, I just keep moving. I look at it, I say, oh, yeah, that wouldn't didn't go perfectly. Yeah, I'll do something better next time. I don't worry, man. Yeah, I really don't. And I reiterate again, my mind does not work like 90% of the people that you meet in your life. It doesn't. I've changed my brain, man. I've studied billionaires and multimillionaires, and I've watched how they live, how they act, how they behave, how they speak. And again, I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but I definitely am. I am far more in control of my language my discipline, my behavior, the people in my life than I was 10 years ago. I am not worried about any token unlocks. Yeah. That's my cue. Wait till tomorrow for a trade. Right. He's trying to beat the system with that. I should DQ. You're funny. Thanks, mate. Much love. Let me know if you need my Wex ID. Yeah, you could give it if you want. To give it to Jamie though. Give it to Jamie. Yeah. It'll be easier if you just tell Jamie this because then I texted him already. But he's asleep in Portugal. Yeah, don't let the loss affect your next trade. Accept it and move on. You got to keep moving. Yeah. Because if you feel the negative energy of that trade, you're going to attract more bad trades. I'm telling you right now, because you're gonna pull that into your life. Because that's where you're gonna be thinking about all the time. You know, is this my whole portfolio? No, I have 100 grand chain link. I would never show you all the Bitcoins I have. You'll never know. I'm never gonna say that's just never gonna be known to anybody. Like, it's no one's business but mine and my wife's, right? And my kids. I also have Caspa. I have 100 grand in Caspa, hardware wallet. AP13, Python Network, Relio, TokenFi. These have been getting hit hard, the RWAs, for whatever reason. Palm AI, a little bit of Fred because I made some Fred money. I threw a Fred bag, see how it goes for the next 3 weeks. Props, Tara, Joystream. All right, a little bit of Tether sitting there. I don't know why I've just Tether sitting there. Funny. Miria, Floki, Orange Coin, ATR, right? So this is kind of yeah. And these are like small caps that are just looking to 10x or that I got at the end of when we were running up in the last run and I was just waiting for the whole rally to pick up again to kind of sell these off. All right. Then I have 100 grand of chain link. I have a Coinbase portfolio with Aerodrone. Like I've got XRP, like, and sometimes I feel weird. Like I know I trust most of you guys, but like, what if someone joins this trading group just to find out more about me, try to scheme on me? Like as my net worth grows, I feel a little nervous sharing every single thing that I own. I used to be like, oh, blah, blah. And now I'm always like, I hope to God there's no one would join this stream just to kind of, I don't know, man. The world is a very strange place and anything is possible, right? I got Chainlink, I got XRP, I got 10 grand of XRP. It ripped today, right? It went up $1,400. I got a 10,000 worth of XRP. I got some Polygon, I got some SHIB. That's not all my soul. I have 100 grand of soul. It's actually 200 grand now. I've already made 100 grand on soul. I put 100 grand in at 109, right? I've already made I've already made like over $1 million in this in this bull run already. I have off of Bitcoin, Solana, and a few other plays. I've made over $1 million already. Like I've already been made a millionaire in this bull run. Like I'm waiting to make even more now. Like we've been in the bull run for like 18 months. If you've been with me, like this isn't like other ones just getting in because they're like, oh, it's the bull run. But like we've been doing this for 2 years, man. Like we saw Bitcoin lose when Bitcoin got above 19K. Like some of our positions started to move, and they've never been really lower than that. You know, if you got into Nosana when we first talked about it, it was like 7 cents. It never went back there, even in this nasty dip. Uh, Again, I haven't hit everything. I haven't hit every meme. There's coins I didn't hit. I could have made even more. I should have made 10 million. I could have hit, but I did the best I could, and I'm blessed with what I do have. Right. You should stake that AP13. It's been as high as 60%. Thank you for saying that. The only thing about staking is I start staking and then I have 1,000 things all over the internet, and it gets overwhelming a little bit. Right. All right. Let's go through the questions now. So that takes care of my portfolio. You guys know what I did. I put 80 grand into render today. Like if Bitcoin tanks, I'm gonna lose 40 grand. You guys are gonna see me take a beat down. And whether you think that, whether you decide I'm the loser or not, but you know what? 2 weeks from now, a month from now, I'll probably be up 30, 40, 50 grand, right? And everyone's gonna be like, oh, there's the lifer. He did it again. Who knows? What do you think, Manny? Yes or no? Right? All right. Only time will tell, right? What do you think is gonna happen? You think I'm gonna win? You think I'm gonna win? Or you think I'm gonna lose? Oh, come on, man. You know I'm gonna win. You know I'm gonna win, bro. I don't lose, man. I don't lose, bro. I'm gonna win. Like I'm gonna win that trade. I will end up showing like a few $100,000 win on that render trade. Like I do plan on selling it somewhere around like 13, 15. I'm going to be just the next big push we have. I'm going to get out of that leg. I'm not trying to go the whole rally. I just want to quick, you know. He's right though, man. He's just saying, hey, I don't know, right? I don't know. Hey. um, I guess I could buy more render. Why am I buying render? Let's talk about why I'm buying render. Okay. Bitcoin holding it down, baby. Yeah. Inverted. Let's go. Let's go. You did it here. Don't dump on us this time. Kind of doing the same thing it did. Look, with the flag and dump. With the flag and then dump. Could it reverse here? 5K not total left to invest. Willing to risk it for the biscuit. What are you buying the crypto cookie monster? I mean, today I bought near 20 grand in near and 80 grand worth of render, right? I put $100,000 in the market. We'll see what happens. I live and die by my sleeve. So I always zoom out, right? If you look at the weekly, whenever I buy something worth a lot of money, I want to make sure the weekly is coming off of a low or near a low. You know, you don't want to get in when the weekly's up here on the MACD. That's a horrible idea. You don't want to get in when the RSI is anywhere crossing like near the dotted line or you're buying pretty, you know. I mean, here, I guess you were buying the low there and it ripped, but I like to buy down there, down here. You know, we did rip it. We did get a rip in the last 2 weeks, right? But look, we crossed the 200 MA on the weekly. That's when Bitcoin began its massive rally. If that candle closes above the 200, we're in for a rally and a half, right? Near. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy, right? It's in a beautiful cup and handle, like absolutely beautiful. It's in a giant consolidation too. It's taken a long time to build this consolidation, which means a lot of money is poured into near during this time. The RSI is pointing up with bullish divergence. This thing looks ready to rock. There's lack of selling momentum there. It's getting a MACD cross and it's getting its first little green hill. It had falling volume with falling price, which tells you you're about to reverse. The volume, boom. And then you have a gap in the VRVP. It tells you can rip. Like there's really nothing stopping near. See, look, like it just, I see near getting to $20, right? I do. Like I'm gonna sell near around $20. It's 5. I'm gonna 4x to 20,000. Right? I'm gonna turn 20,000 into 80K. It's gonna take me maybe till July or May or something. You know, I don't know exactly when, but this is my plan. I may sell 80% at like 17 just to cover myself. But this is my plan. Like, you know, I don't, you know, this is what I'm planning on doing. So I look at the 5-day chart and it looks really nice. It looks ready to move. It would have been better to buy fine a few days ago at, 10 days ago at 350, of course, right? But we also could have dropped down then. Like there wasn't you know what I mean? We got the bounce now. We got above. This is a safer bet to put my money into. I didn't have to take the high risk trade. I could take a little less risk of the trade, right? And when I got in, I think at 520, something like that, and it's at 556. So like I'm already up on this trade. It's a giant cup and handle to the upside. Look at this structure, and this is what you want to find over and over again. You're going to see I trade this over and over again. And let me show you what it has. 3 key composites to it, or maybe 4, but it's a model of mine. All right. The first model, the first thing you want to see in the model is you want to see like maybe on the weekly, and you do see it, but you want to see, you want your swing, you want to go swing up, you want to go up on the trend and down on the RSI. You want hidden bullish divergence. All right. That's the first, you got to have it. If you don't have it, I can't get into the trade. First thing I see is hidden bullish. All right. Check. This is my model. I've made boatloads of money off this model over and over again. I wait to come back down when we pump. So we pump. Price pumps. Stochastics get high. RSI gets bugged out, right? We're too far away from the 21-day moving average. I say we got to come back to the 21. You hear me say this all the time. You must hear me. You must be like, what? I'm so sick of hearing this guy say that. He says it all the time. But that's what has to happen. And then I draw my fibs and I say, you're coming back down to the 618. That's why it looks likely what Bitcoin will do on the daily, because this is just what I do over on repeat. This comes back down to the 618 area, and that's like the accumulation zone. Now, I bought near at $1. I don't know if you know that, around like for, $3,000 or something. And I sold it at 7, right? So I turned it into 20,000. And, from, I don't know if you, I told him, I remember when I said I sold near. I bought Layer AI with it and it kind of did nothing, which is kind of sad. But let's see, maybe Layer AI does come back hot with AI and then that all comes to fruition. So I've already made good money on near, right? So I can put that investment back in and some. So that's how I felt about it. Like I'm already 7 grand up. So, or no, even more than that, like 17 grand up. So like if near tanks and I lose the 20 grand, I'd still be a break even. You get it? Because of I already took profits earlier. The only thing is fine, short-term gains, but most of mine are anyway because I'm in and out so much. So that's why I'm buying near here. And if it comes back down to 4, maybe I'd buy a little bit more, but I really wouldn't stress it. I just like, I know if I hold this thing for 4 months, 5 months, I'm likely to make a fat gain. I've taken these types of setups over and over again. The low, the high, the higher low. So again, the setup is a cup and handle, hidden bullish divergence, previous support is resistance. You have resistance here. You revisited it. You double bottomed off of it. Low stochastic, MACD turning, right? But you want the 3 things you want to look for is the cup and handle, hidden bullish divergence, the 618 Fibonacci, or somewhere between the 618 and the 786. You get those 3 things on a big time frame. Oh my gosh, like that. So I look for those on the weekly. I'll put $1,000,000 down and walk away. Come back 6 months later, like with like a 90% probability, unless we have a black swan, I'm making gains. I've done this countless times. No stop loss, no need. Again, you use your stop loss to do what you want. I'm a seasoned trader. When I make a long-term call, I don't put a stop loss on there. I'll be honest with you guys. I don't. I know when I'm going to bail. If my 20 grand turns to 10, I'll take it out. You know what I mean? Like I have areas where I'm like, all right, I'm not going to go lower than that. But I have so much conviction in my plays. Like I'm 100% that this is going to happen. I have there's no doubt in my mind this is going to happen. Yeah, the trade flipped green for us. I'm up about $60 right now, 2%. 69, baby. 73 now. Trade's flipping green. 88.4. I believe we called the reversal tonight. I mean, it was all there, but who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Green screen is up. Green screen doesn't have to be up. Don't you want to see the cool stuff back here? You know what I mean? Let's keep it real. It doesn't have to. Green screen don't have to be up. That's even funner, right? See the real deal. I actually would like it to be more like this. You guys can see like the classy background, like I always see Michael Saylor and all the cool people. Thank you, Bitcoin Lifer, though. I know you're just hooking me up. You're just saying, hey, and it is messed up, right? Because on some sides you see it and on the sides you don't, right? Because it's not there. But no worries, man. This is my family, man. So MetaMask is safe to hold your assets. I hold assets on MetaMask. Yeah. I also have 30 grand in Kepler. I forgot, and I have a bunch of stuff on my in Atom. I've got Cosmos Injective Protocol. I got stuff. I got 10 grand of MPLX here on my Phantom wallet, right? I got a MetaMask wallet. I'm staking like 30 grand worth of Ethereum on multiple liquid staking platforms. Uh, I am all over the place. If I told you everything I'm doing, I think you'd be like, honestly, like beginners wouldn't be able to keep up with me. They'd be like, what are you're doing? How many things? Safe to swap on Tangent Wallet. I've never done it. I would ask GF Burke about Tangent Wallet. Fred just got listed on Mexi Futures. Ooh, I like that. That's awesome. Joshua, the dude. He's the dude, bro. He's the dude, man. So that's why I got into Near Protocol. And then if you look at Near on the smaller time frames, it's in a flag. Like this thing looks like it's gone. I believe I bought like the last chance to buy it before VCs and big money get in and then take this thing to town. By tomorrow night, we could be at $8 on Near. You guys will have seen me made $20,000. Like, I mean, if it goes from 5 to 8, I'm going to make about 15 grand. Right. So this looks hot. Like I would get into Near tonight. Like I would swing trade Near, like just as a rate. Like I'm going to put it out to the group as a swing trade right now. I mean, that looks hot. It does have a really big risk reward ratio. Keep the stop below the 200 MA. a good chance you never get hit and this thing rips. Hey, I got 20 grand on it that says it's going to the moon, right? Maybe I put 40 grand. I don't even remember anymore. I think it's 20 though. Yeah, it's 20, right? We did it together. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Crack this reversal. Let's get a move on now. Stop playing the games. Let's go after these shorts. Take these shorts to the ground, baby. I want to be drinking bear tears tomorrow on the live stream. Fridays. Let's just go over how I do my setups in case you're new. You're not sure what's going on here. The entry is right where this line hits. I usually try to put a yellow thing right on the entry, right? You guys would like this, right? Let's be honest. Sometimes I like the trade is moving fast and I don't have the time to write this stuff. By the time I write it, you might miss the entry. So if you see me, sometimes I'm just throwing things up quick. I don't have the time, man. I'm saying, hey, that's a flag there. Like, and so I'm hoping that you take my class, you understand, because sometimes I can't make it perfect. I'm just like, the price action is moving fast, and I'm able to give you some key insight right then when it's happening. Right. Most of the time, I like to take my time and make it perfect, but I can't always, you know. But look, that would be the target. You know, and these could you could take different, you know, these would be your target one and target two. You could even take price there. It's 5.9 if you were just going to swing trade at a smaller time, right? Those are the places you could take some profits. I was about to say that's the fib. I'm like, what line is that? Funny. That's why I don't need that line. Oh, I don't need the fib really anymore, but we'll have it there. But yeah, so your entry is somewhere now at five. Was it 540, 550? Right? And you ride this puppy to $8. Looks like it could take 3 weeks. You know, I'm on, baby. Let's go. I got my 5 day chart. I got a pennant on the 1 hour. So that's what I do. I make sure a big time frame says yes, and then I find my way in on a small time frame. The probabilities have to be there. I can't just buy near because I feel like it. I used to be able to do stuff like that. I almost wish I was back in the day. I was like, I used to just be able to buy near. Trades up $83. I'm the king of 3%. How many times have you seen me make 3%? Like I make 3% in my sleep, man. And you could laugh at me all you want, but honestly, to make 3% as much as I do, like you could live. Eventually, I'm gonna have $1 million. And these trades are gonna be bigger because I'll be able to put 280 in this, and that's what that'll be 10 times that, right? Oh, there was 28,000. I'd make a G. It'd make 10 grand if I had 280 in that trade already. I'd already be up 10 stacks. That's where I want to get to. I'm not where I need to be yet. I'm still evolving to the next level of a trader I want to get to. I want to have bigger positions, bigger stacks. It's weird. Tonight ended up might being a great night. Like, and that's the thing. A lot of times out of the fears, it ends up being the best opportunity. I got so much good energy today. I'm feeling like I'm loving y'all, man. I love the screen share. It means the world to me. Are you bullish on BNB? Always. I've always liked it. Yeah. Fred is ripping again. Yeah, well, you called it. You said it was going to rip. Alt is about to do the old 1 day 200 MA magnet trick. Oh, yeah. I love how we know the tricks now. You know, I met this guy. I get to do cool stuff with the round table. You know, Brock Pierce, the billionaire, owns Round Table, and he got some cool people online to get together and, go over finance. And they saw me online. My name got somewhere. I had an agent or someone, and they were like, "Oh, we like that guy. We want him on." And so they put me on a lot on the round table. If you watch them, like they'll interview me and then they'll take what I say and put it on as an article. I made it onto MSNBC like a few weeks ago. One of the articles went on there. Whatever, fake news. I was on fake news. It was my first time being in a news publication, like that big. What do you think about SEI? Do you think it's going lower? And also, what do you think the high would be? Thank you, Sam. Love you, brother. SEI has been underperforming. I have to be honest, right? So you said alt is about to do the 1 day alt layer. Yep. bing, right? And it's got that first higher low. It's see what I want everyone to understand is study ape coin. Study ape coin. Said it again. Study ape coin. All right. Not recently. It's crazy that they. Wow, it's crazy that they did that. They dumped ape, huh? Interesting. Anyway, we had the low, we had the high, we had the higher low. Good chance ape was going to run up. Let me see here. Was this? Okay, no, this was here. Sorry, I was about to be like, wait, no, yeah. Study this. Study this. Even fractal it. I took a fractal of it. You can take fractals of things by going to the bars pattern. Where did I put that? They move things. There we go. So you want to look for this. You're going to have a low, boom. You're going to get a dump. You're going to come up. You're going to make a higher low. That's your first chance to buy in the set, but most people won't have the guts. You get the higher high, boom, higher low, and you come down for that last higher low. You're going to rip easily from that. It does have shoulder, head, right shoulder implications. Kind of a cup and handle there, right? This one didn't have this uptrend in the middle. Usually it's the cup with the handle, though. Like normally it's this. There's your cup. There's your handle. I mean, and it blasts, right? So you want to look for this structure over and over again when you're about to get into something and hold long term. Let's go back to what After Hours Investing, who's been in the group a long time, has to say about alt layer here. Alt layer, you have to write layer on MEXC for whatever reason because they have Aptos launch token. So you have to write alt layer to get it on MEXC. You see. Now I put out recently out that flag and it hit out the flag, that 1 hour flag, right? Hit for like 10%. Bang, 25% almost. Or no, that there was the flag right there that I put out. This thing banged. Look, it went up 25%. Then it came back down. Then it went up again. I mean, that's kind of crazy. Crazy price action. But look at it on the daily. And it's kind of got that eight, the low. There's your low. And that's that higher low, right? And there's that cup. There's the handle. There's the cup. And it just that says it's likely gonna pump, right? And a lot of coins, if they haven't pumped yet, they're in these rounded bottoms. So a lot of people, when I find a rounded bottom like this of a coin I like, I just start buying the bottom and wait. And I'm patient. It might take 5 months. It might take 6 months. You know, screen is not shared. Um, Maybe it glitched. All right. Look at all the super chats still on my screen from earlier today. That was a crazy, man. The live stream has been absolutely absurd. I'm excited for it tomorrow. I can't wait. It's going to be a madhouse again. We're going to meet so many cool people, and then you're going to crack the 200 MA. And if you're a safe trader, you wait for us to break the 200 and you take that gap. If you're more risky, you get in below, right? Most coins look like this, and almost about 90% of them are going to they're going to gap up to this. This is going to go from 11 to 34. There's a 3x waiting here. I can see it already. Like it's very likely going to happen. There's your liquidity. But you have to have the psychological guts to play it out. Most people don't. Now, 60, 70, there's going to be 100 coins like this. Which one do you play? Look at the market cap. That's why you gotta like, I like Aerodrome because it makes sense to me. It moves similar to Cake, and it has that same idea with Cake, pancake swap and Cake. And I believe Base has a lot of money. They're going to do well. I mean, you put two and two together, it makes sense. So I like Near Protocol. It looks hot. Also, it's funny. I mean, I'm not going to put my money into coins that I don't think are going to run. If you say, oh, yeah, you're going to tell us to buy the coins that you bought. Of course you are, Sam. I'm not real too, though. Like, I'm not going to shill, but I'm also not going to buy things that I don't think are going to pump, per se, right? So you can see render has, like, there's chop right there where render's at. And then it could fall a little lower. But to me, it says there's like strong support at 631 for render. And yeah, we did rip up. The time to buy could have been 40. I could have already been up. Huge, right? We came back down. We found our balance. And why did I buy render? Like, why out of nowhere? I haven't really talked much about it. I was just like, render. Honestly, I do have a good amount at this point in my life, and I'm not trying to over risk myself. Like, I don't need to find the next 100x meme and put 100K in it. You know, if I'm wrong and I lose 50K, like, I just don't need that. My life's going too well. I don't need a reason to lose money. I don't have to risk it that much, you know? So to me, I believe these are your last goodbyes, anywhere between 520 and $7. Like if we range down again, if we come up anywhere, anything we do in here, and if you look at the 5-day chart, just like I looked at on near, I mean, this is even more ready to go. It's even a little lower. It's pointing to the upside. Everything looking money, like a move is coming, and we're going to continue on out. I'd like to get out near at 18. So, you know, I'm just looking for a little under a double up, nothing too crazy. Make 100 grand in 4 to 5 months, call it a day. You know what I mean? And there, it's a giant cup and handle. It has the hidden bullish divergence. It came back to the 718. You can see it has the exact model that I go for when I put big money into a trade. So listen, when you put big money into a trade, you're not worried about 7, 3, 6. You're not worried about being down 20 grand, up 20 grand. To the outside world, they're like, oh, he's down 20 grand, haha. But like 20 grand to you is like $5,000. It's like $1,000 at one point. No offense. When you start making more money, and again, I hope I'm not coming off as rude here, and it made some of you like, what a dude. But you know, what a guy. But I like to share my experience with money so you can learn from it. If I hide it from you, then what does that do? You know? I grew up broke, man. I was middle class kid. Like I, I didn't grow up rich. I didn't have the things I have now. My family has things that I did not grow up with. I never had a new car as a kid. My dad bought used cars since our first. He bought one new car and he held it for 20 years. It was falling apart when he got rid of it. My dad just refused to be. If it worked, he could make it work. He liked the idea that he could make old things last. Like that was his thing. Like my dad, he could have bought a nice Rolex, and he had a vintage one that was worth like $1,000 that he wore with like a very small, like very humble soul. You know, I have it in my room. It's awesome. Like my dad was more humble than me. He really was, man. I'm a little more flashy than my father. For whatever reason. He was a Libra. I'm an Aries. They say Aries are a little more flashy. That's just part of our. It's part of our aura. You know, we don't mean to be rude, but just we like the sauce, man. We like the flash. It just well, we like to wear the pot. Like some people like just to wear the nice. I like to wear the pot. I want to. It's got to be all right. You got to do it all. Anyway, so that's why I got into render and near. You can see my reasoning behind them, right? I'm using big time charts. I'm looking at key areas, and I'm not really stressing exactly where I buy. I'm just looking for a bigger move, and I'm not being greedy, right? I just 100 grand, just 100 grand. And that's the thing. Someone might put it down here, 20 grand. See, this is my dream. I always had to hit the coin at the bottom. And we knew render when it was down here at 70 cents and 60 cents too. Like we covered it. We knew it was hot there. I even gave trades there when it was 3. So when we talked about it, we went over buying render. And I even have some buys pretty low because I started buying render a long time ago. I had a smaller bag. So, but again, I could got here and then waited for the dollar to turn to 18, put 2 grand in, 20 exit and make 40 grand. Or I can just put in 100 grand here and make 100 grand on one big move. So having more money is giving me the opportunity not to like I don't have to buy the bottoms as much anymore. I don't have to be perfect. I just have to catch. I just have to be a little, humble and catch decent moves with a large chunk. But I do have to have way more. I have to have a lot more guts. I got to put more money down and be willing to take a bigger hit if it doesn't go my way. Trades up $97. We are now at 80,408. There's a chance we did call this reversal today, but we were this far earlier today, and then they tanked us. So funny. I go to bed tonight, this trade on, right? And when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do, I grab my phone and I'm like, I take a deep breath and I'm like, I bring the phone and I'm like, it's like am I up? Am I down? What happened to that trade, right? It's kind of, I guess I kind of like that. I must like this suspense, you know? So there you have it. They look interesting. And then if you zoom into render, it looks just like, it looks a lot like near. It just kind of fell off on the right side. I don't know why I did that. Like it kind of, it was in such a nice pennant and it decided to lose the pennant, which I'm like, why? Like you were such a pretty pennant. But you could say, fine, maybe it's doing something like this. To me, it fell off though. It's got to get back inside. And if it can, though, we can go on a rally pretty fast. And this is the end of November is, this is when you want to, get ready for your cycle moves here. So it makes sense. Both of these are going to rip in the next 4 or 5 days, but I could be wrong. Who knows? No guarantees, right? Token metrics. They keep going over Blub. They keep liking AAA Cat. I gave you AAA Cat like days ago. It's pumping hard now. $2 million in volume. They're bullish on it. Market cap is only 29 million on this thing, right? Blub got to 50 million. That's on Sweet. All right. That's like they're one of the bigger ones on Sweet doing good. Nom Nom. We go over this a lot on the channel. We've been training it on and off, right? Doggy Dog, Doji Doge. Uh, $53 million market cap. They think it's bullish too. Mudang is super bullish right now. Like I believe if you hold Mudang for the next 8 weeks, it's gonna rip. I could be wrong. I just found Look, bro, but it was a little shady when I first found it. Um, Market cap is tiny, tiny. But I just found this coin. I found it like 2 or 3 days ago. I just didn't tell anyone because there was some certain things about it I thought were a little shady. Pinot keeps ripping. We found Pinot. We put out it keeps ripping. Quantix AI, QAI, just looks like it could do numbers. Got a $417 million market cap. It's $100. That's on my radar. Michi, I got this. It's gonna do. I can't explain why it's gonna do numbers. It already. I remember talking about Nietzsche a while back. Let's take a look at the chart now. Wow, Forest on Soul is ripping. We were given it, I believe, yesterday or maybe earlier in the show. But I remember we saw it in this. Yeah, I went over it yesterday right there. It's up 150% already. This thing's created by the AI to create a rainforest. Like the AI is starting to create its own stuff. Like he wants to change the world. He wants to start like the AI is doing cool stuff. He created this project, I believe, he's doing this stuff. The AI is doing it. So we've sent supply to True Terminal and Audrey the Goat, almost 1 billion market. Claudius, do the math. Claudius CTO. So this is another one of those memes run by like the internet in a way. Interesting. We knew about it here. It ripped from 2 cents to 5.7. I believe this has a narrative that's going to continue to rock, right? You add your indicator, we can add an MA. And I don't understand why I get these knacks. I get this like instinct when trader, I can't explain it. You call it a feeling, call it a trader instinct. I don't know exactly what it is, but based on the name, based on the marketing, based on the look, and then the chart, I can get a good sense of whether something has the ability to do what it should do. So you don't have to touch it now, but look, wait for it to flag out, touch the 21, just like I always do, and then that thing's going to rock. I wouldn't be surprised if this continues. I'm actually getting FOMO for this, and I'm like a little upset I didn't get in at 2 cents. At one point, I have to stop buying coins. Like I'm a serial coin buyer. Like it's insane. Like it never ends. Like when am I going to stop putting money into these coins? Like, you know, I'm always like, well, there's another one. There's another one. I've been numb to like Xing my money at this point. I realize God is just using me to help others, and like money's gonna flow into my life. I've accepted that at this point. I'm gonna get money in all different ways, and I'm just I'm blessed at this point, and I need to share it and be good to others now. Like now I've been blessed, I need to share it now. Like that's it. Like I've been determined that I've turned on the bless switch. It's coming hard, and you know that's why we spend this every Thursday night. We spend this time together. It's important to me. That looks hot. I would track this, and this is probably going to be one of the next memes that hits $1 billion, in my humble opinion. And whoever gave it to us, he was on it. He was on around a penny or 2 pennies too, when it was like Very small market cap. Yeah, like a $10 million market cap or 20. Trades at $98, up 3.48%. If you went hard, you could close that trade. Like if you went harder than me, you could be up $400 or $500 already and be out. Don't be greedy. Who's up bigger than me and doesn't want to close the trade? Anybody? Anybody? And We'll post this too for you. Crypto bubbles. Let's see what's happening right now. Not the best out there in the last hour. Peanuts still doing numbers though. That's crazy. H bar, one of the bigger gainers on the day. Nothing else really, because they had that ETF, right? So it had a little bit of news. Nothing else pumped today but H bar and XRP. We got to talk about XRP, dude. XRP had a huge day. It was at 82 cents like the last time I looked at it. Unbelievable. XRPZ, right? There's so much to cover, so little time, so many coins to talk about. So as far as the meme coins go, I truly believe Forest is going to be your big meme play for the next couple of weeks. You know, Pepe coin continues to rip. Um, I do like Pepe coin. It's connected. Simon's Cat. I mean, when we first went over this one, it's up 53% already. I remember when we first went over Simon's Cat. We went over Bongo Cat. I really like this Skibidi toilet. I don't know why. I can't explain it, but the chart looked good to me. SKABDI, right? It was in a tight channel about to break out the last time we look. It's up. It's up since I put it out. It's up about 31% now. And I see it going, man. And it's been ripping. It's been ripping since I talked about it. $76 million market cap. I guess it's a total. I don't even want to know, man. Some of the stuff is so gross. I don't even want to know. I really don't. The ticker looks like it can go. Who knows, right? Token metrics. You pay for an NFT, right? And I have lifetime access. And they just have, this is machine learning. It's going over like he turned 5 grand into 5 million. Okay. And so he kind of backtracked how he did it. And it was, Peanut and Fred really, I believe they're going to run for the next couple weeks too. Andy on ETH is starting to get a lot of love. All right. Popcat is a known one. I like this SPX 69. I believe it's going to go to like 3 to 4 billion. I know I just threw so many coins at you and you're like, but which one? And it's like, that's the problem is you eventually just have to pick. You might, I'm going to make a spreadsheet this week and like really, I'm going to sit with my wife and we're going to organize all my stuff and really like show you like, what do I have in RWA? What do I have in memes? What do I have in this? And just kind of put it all together so you can see it on paper. But yeah, what is the next 100x coin? I always like Paul could do a promising candidate for growth, potentially reaching Paul boasts greater rate of 78, indicating strong potential for long term. Paul chain is pioneering the first layer 3 centric blockchain, which signifies enhanced scalability and interchain operability. Additionally, PAW has fundamental grade of 78, suggesting robust tokenomics and adoption potential. Its valuation grade of 83 indicates the token might be undervalued compared to its peers, which would be an attractive aspect for investors looking for growth opportunities. PAW, PAW chain. And then it lets you find the coin. That's PAW swap. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that's PAW swap, right? 8. Now, I remember when this thing came out. Remember PAW swap? I don't know. I don't go by everything this thing says. But I'd write it down and like see what happens. I'll look at it on MEXC. PAW swap. I remember people asking us about this like 18 months ago on the stream. Like, this is going to be hot. Paul swap, bro. I don't know. It looks beat to the ground like a forgotten chain. I wouldn't touch it, but who knows? The old me probably would have touched it like when I first got into crypto because I was desperate to make any gain. So, but I'm a lot more selective now. Uh, all right. Yeah, I don't know why they love that thing. If I'd seen something in the charts that got me going, I might have been a little more like, yeah, but Nothing like. So I'm gonna do is copy paste about 50 coins, and they're gonna be the hottest 50. And so if you're searching for hot memes, and then you go into place and you see, Land Wolf's been hot too. Flog, we put out Flog at 7 cents. It's now at 62 cents. This thing just never stops. It never, and it's still got a small market cap, which is tiny. This is crazy. We find these so early that people think it's late to get in now, but like, what if it goes to 580 and it still does a 10x? That's why, but then it could dumb in your face too. That's why these memes are tough. They're tough. They're psychologically tough. You got to get in early and hold a good one, you know? The lucky thing, the thing about this cycle is the memes are way less risky than they are. Like you can hold a meme. Like now, like I've been in Brett for a long time and it's like a good idea. It's really weird. You know, look, Brett had $245 million in volume. Are you kidding me? Like Brett had 200 and Brett's back to 1.4 billion. Brett's pumping. We got into Brett at like 200 million, right? So we 7x'd our Brett already. It took a long time. We 7x'd already. We came to 2 billion already. Then it came back down. These memes aren't easy, man. They're not easy to walk the walk with. Catalorian, I keep hearing that. I don't know what it is. They keep putting it out there. It probably will do numbers. They're pretty spot on. And when the market rips, a lot of the things Token Metrics talks about tend to rip. They're pretty good, man. You'll find out for yourself, I believe. And that's the thing. This is a $99, $89 a month included in your 99. Like I went and looked at all the things that people pay for and was like, what can I include in the 99? Like in my like that I go over things that I do and how can I make it so that you honestly couldn't afford not to pay 99 because you get so much out of it that if you left it, you'd be like, I have to pay more to find out more information that I got from Sam for 99. You see? I tried to make my business foolproof by analyzing what was given and giving more than you could get anywhere else. No one's going to give you this depth of my mentor was pretty awesome. He used to do these one-on-one, these weekly screen shares. And so he taught me that it's important to do these weekly screen shares. Many times I'm tired. I'm like, oh, it's Thursday night again. And I'm like, oh, I got to do it. But once I do it, I feel great. Tonight, I was like, I couldn't wait to do the screen share with everybody. I always am happy, but believe me, I'm a working guy. Some nights you get tired. You're at your stand-up desk, but there's people that can gain from your knowledge. You put in that work. Like I got a tie on at 10 at night. Dog with hat was the last one. All right. This is a new one. RS Newfie. Never heard of it. Like 5 million market cap. Research coin. Apu Chacha. That one was hot too, I feel like. Oh, they got all the hot ones. Mew is hot. I got some Mew. I feel like you could just have an entire meme portfolio and nothing else. So strange. Like it's getting to a point where I'm like, damn, if I just bought, like, should I have bought Near and Render or should I just bought Mew and Michi? I just don't want to see one of those rug and my wife look at me and like, you put our life in Michi going? And I'm like, but babe, like memes were hot, you know? I'd rather just make a 3x safely on and maybe I'm call me a Sally over it. I don't know. I got 3 kids and a wife at this point. I want to make sure they have something in case something ever happened to me. Cat in a dog's world. It's so funny, man. Like that's all you have to do. Simon's cat. Simon's cat had $525 million worth of volume today. How is that possible if it only has a 3? That's crazy. That almost seems like a bit weird. Trades up $50, hanging on by a ledge. Lucci. Lucci's been on my radar. Funny, we used to trade this one, AXGT. I traded this. Remember, I made 5 grand off of it. I turned 4 grand into 8 and left it in the dust. Ski mask dog, people like, I'll be honest, it's getting saturated. Like, how many of these can all do numbers? I love Floki. Floki's already got a $2 billion market cap, which is crazy. Had $1 billion in volume today. What? Dang. I own Floki. I believe Floki can do numbers. Camino. Honestly, Harambe is a nice one. Like these are all hot. Like this is crazy. Like I see like 50 coins that I all believe are going to do numbers. Wow. So they're all out there for you. You know, odds are you take a shot at 4 or 5 of these, it's going to do something pretty pretty crazy there. So that's token metrics. And then my elite will pump out charts. I'll be pumping out charts. Let's see if there's any last minute pennants that I'm looking at here. Oh, someone asked me about AGLD on the live stream today. I forgot. It's funny. I remember it now. I'm like, I couldn't remember it on the live, but out of nowhere, my mind sees it in my head. I'm like, wow, Adventure Gold ripped and dipped. Someone pumped and dumped that thing, huh? Went from $3 and then all the way back to $1.30. Definitely got manipulated today by some type of group or something, right? That's weird. I like the cup and handle though. I never did that before. Makes me think someone like, every once in a while, a pump group will pick one coin and just run it. They'll find low liquidity and just, so stupid, man. Not into that at all. I'm not into this coin much. ENA has a lot of institutional support. This thing could do numbers. It's just getting back above the daily 200 MA. You want to look for this. Look, there's that 8 coin setup, right? With the low and then it ripped up. And then there's going to be your first higher low in the set. So, like, this is likely going to move. Very likely. I would flag this out and it just tells me this is likely going to get a move. So, whether you're long term buying, building a position of swing trading, it tells me that anywhere between 51 and 50 cents, maybe 40, yeah, no, 50 to 51 cents there is going to be a sweet spot for a possible reversal back to the upside on Ethena. And it struggled at first, kind of came down, found its bottom. So it has a low, low, low. Then you got your first higher low, high, second higher low, higher high, higher low. You've made an uptrend. And this is where a lot of coins are, but they haven't made it out of their bowl yet. This is accumulation. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches on the bowl, you just leave. You only have 5 chances to buy before it's gone. And then you're gone. We head up to 95, right? I see this happening sooner than later. But again, you do your own research, find out what you like. But to me, that is a sweet spot. So most of my setups are going to look like they're going to look just like this. You're going to I don't always put a stop loss because sometimes if everyone uses the same stop, it's going to draw liquidity right to that area. I'd rather some of you be, I'd rather just put it and say stop loss below this. So some of you are there, some of you there. When I put it like this, too many people just do exactly what I do because they're beginners and they don't know what else. And what it does is then I have 1,000 people putting their stop loss in the same place. Not a good idea. So it's as the market gets bigger, and you'll see. I don't always want to put the stop loss, even though I do want to prove to you that the stop loss didn't get hit. But you actually may be the reason it does get hit because everyone puts it in the same place, and it's like a waving. It's like a giant bar of liquidity. So just something to think about. Be very unique. I put my stop losses, but try to find. I mean, I usually put them in they're supposed to go. Like just a 5-to-1 risk score ratio. But again, the trade may come down here somewhere. Yeah, we're hoping we can get it at like 52, right? 53 or 50 cents even. So if this doesn't make sense to you, I hope it does now, you know. And I do start to put like I used to put like all these little bullet points and teach you stuff inside, and I'll start doing that again. And I'll make it a little more neater. When I put something on the radar, it means I have a firm belief it's going to move. If I don't put it on the radar, I don't think it's gonna. There's no point. Like I'm an all or nothing guy. I'm not gonna put it on the radar if I think it's just gonna maybe have. Like I believe it's gonna hit. EOS is in a nice flag right now. I don't like EOS at all, and I'm not a fan of it, and I don't think it's worth even trading. But it's in a beautiful flag. It looks like it's gonna break out. You know, for whatever reason, that's a bull flag, man. Just had a golden cross. If that doesn't pump, I'd be surprised. It's on KuCoin, some other places. Looks like you could head all the way to 75. I mean, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I trade stuff like that all day long. Let me get back to your questions too here and see what people are saying. I lost the chat. There it is. I would stream Bookmap 75% of the time if you posted a chat channel in Discord. Interesting. Can you look at Whiff? I'll talk to Jamie about stuff like that. Like he's the I go over everything with him. Just I've called chat channels before, and then like what happens is one guy gets in the group out of nowhere. He makes two or three kind of good calls. Half the beginners stop listening to me, listen to this dude. He wrecks them. He starts running his mouth. I don't like the chat channels because it takes my ability away to mentor people, man. And like I'm not trying to say I'm the greatest and I'm always right, but I believe my system is what I want people to be following. It made me a multimillionaire, so I know it worked. So I want you to follow the system that made me a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? And when I open up chat channels, it just gets but just a book map deal. Yeah, yeah. I think we could do if you're gonna post book map a lot, it can only help the channel. And you're such an awesome person, and I appreciate you too. So I'll talk to Jamie about it. And sounds pretty cool. I'm in the wrong place of trading. I don't see an option, you long or short, just to buy. Am I in the wrong place? I don't see the option to long or short, just to buy. Where are you? Like you didn't even tell me where you're at, what exchange you're on. I'll do it 6 days a week, easy. That's awesome, man. Thank you. People would really appreciate that. He is on spot. Yeah, needs to go to leverage. Oh yeah, yeah. He's on spot. That's why. Yeah. I mean, that makes me worried if he's doing that because that means he's never traded leverage in his life, right? If you have time, you could run TA on Sui and Caspa, please. So we want Sui to come down, but Sui's one of the hottest chains in the game right now. And if you can see how altcoins look, it's the chance Sui just continues to rip here. And it's more likely than not, as being the premier chain and the hottest coin in the game right now, that Sui is going to take off. Very likely it holds these positions and we see it somewhere at $5 not too long from now. And then Sui will 5x 25 and everyone will be like, there it was, right? And Sui was 9 cents and it will do a 20x. But I believe Sui will not. I believe Sui's going to break up to 55.10 before it loses 290 for sure. Like almost without, again, if Bitcoin tanks, then it will tank, right? You got to understand that. But if Bitcoin goes sideways, this reversal plays out. If Bitcoin reversal plays out tonight, every coin is ripping tonight into tomorrow morning. Like, and we're going to wake up tomorrow in green and then things are going to start to pump and we're going to have a Friday. And honestly, it should set up for Friday, right? Um, yeah. Video only. Okay, cool. Yeah. Sui Bitcoin is in a big cup and handle. And you want to see, yeah, Sui against Bitcoin. Yeah, there's like a cup and handle there. It's also in this like rising wedge flag, you see, which breaks out parabolically the length of the pole. Says if they both break out, Sui's still going to beat up, right? Because Sui's going to double. Bitcoin's not going to go to 160 grand. But Sui's going to go from 3 to 5. These are BTC pairs. You put Bitcoin in the trade, you buy SUI with Bitcoin, you sell SUI back into Bitcoin, you make Bitcoin against SUI, you make more Bitcoin. So if you put a whole Bitcoin in this trade, you'd end up with 1.8 Bitcoin. You'd make 85% on your Bitcoin. So if you put a Bitcoin in the SUI BTC trade, there's a good chance you're going to make 85% on your Bitcoin. Okay? That's how you trade Bitcoin pairs. Man, it's getting sweaty in here. SEI is just forming this giant pennant, just like SUI and all these other ones, right? Finding its range. I believe it's the next runner up. You have SUI, Sol, and SEI. And I don't think people realize how hot SEI is going to get. I think it's still kind of hidden gem right now. It got a glimpse of what it's going to do, but I don't think people realize. Chance it's even tighter and it's in one of these, but that's a very rare pattern. So I'd love to see if it maybe can come back down to 41 one more time and just tighten up and then get a breakout. Chance it doesn't. Chance it's got a shoulder ahead. It does a right shoulder here, right? But I'm bullish, as you can see. And the 4 hour looks just oversold on almost every one of these coins. And we consolidated a lot. This is kind of what I see happening here. That looks like you're going to get this very tight price action. Now, if Sui loses the 200, it's going to drop back down to 33. I want to give you your bearish scenario, but I mean, that was your low. It bounced back. And I see tightness and then a big breakout. Next move for Sui is, sorry, not Sui, SEI. Calling it Sui. I'm tired. The next move for SEI, please apologize for my misspeaking here, is 76 cents. That looks beautiful. I got 60 grand on this. So yeah, I put my money where my mouth is, man. And there's the low, there's the high, there's the higher low, there's the high. That's the next higher low on the set. We should rip based off of, I don't know. I was never a fan of this coin. I can't explain why. I think I did some research on it and I was like, but it's fine. It came out to KuCoin on in November there. I mean, on Mexi. Got sold off real hard. And if you believe in it, I guess that's your low buy right now. Kind of Adam and Eving. For me, I'd like to see it get back above like the 7 minute 200 MA first. If it does that, then we can get on a run. And I guess you buy here, you're buying the absolute lows. If you like the project and you research it and you think it's going to do numbers, then it's at a great price. I'm not really into it right now. And I usually never do tickers I usually don't do this. I just want to make it clear because I don't want this to be the show, man. I do this on the show all night. Like, I know everyone wants to see my brain play tickers, but there's more people here and I know we got new people here, so I'm doing it. But I normally don't do sit and run tickers on the screen share tonight because I usually just show you coins that I'm looking at when I'm going over and then, you know, but whatever. I love y'all. It's all, I do believe me, I'm happy. So what I'm seeing is accumulation. This is what's called accumulation. It's boring. They get retail to sell and forget about it. And boom, AI is going to rip. If we're in for a bigger rally, things are starting to move out. I love AI tech. I bought it here. I bought it there. I bought it there. It's been tough for me. It hasn't been easy. But I did get in here. I made like 40 grand one day on it, like 30 grand in a week in a couple of days. When I was in Florida, I remember uh, in February, it started to rip there. And then I remember it just reminds me. Thanks again, Lifer, for the Fred call. Anytime, man. Made a bag. God bless you, bro. Can you please have a look at XRP like you said, please? Yep. Wow, a little catty there, no? What do you think Deep will do? Deep will follow Sui. Sweet. It's the Dex to Sui. So it's just going to continue to follow it. Right. As Sui keeps gaining momentum, I believe Deep will too as well. Small market caps, you're taking more of a risk, right? And unless people know about it, it's got to take some time. You're being like a pioneer of sorts on that. TA is not amazing either, right? It's been kind of bouncing around here, but it's consolidating nonetheless. Just want it to bounce off there, start to get tight, and then at least in the short term, we get to 18. We'll go from there. Sui keeps going and the chain holds and everything is good with the chain. I believe that, Deep Book will continue to rock. However, that's my belief. I could be wrong. So I put out that flag today and I said XRP is going to continue, right? I put this flag out there. Um, and it did rip. It did rip, right? Had a little bit of a problem at first. I think I put this out in the 1 minute though. And maybe I put this out on the live stream this morning. I don't know when I put it out, but I drew that flag to 80 cents. And I remember someone asked me about XRP if I was bullish on it, and I said it's consolidating nicely. It's above the 200, and I drew this flag, right? I said, watch this flag, and then it ripped. And then that wasn't perfect. It kind of went up and down, but I still got the measured move pretty spot on, right? Went right to 80 cents. XRP is not perfect, right? It hasn't been easy to trade. Rising wedges break up parabolically. When I start to see the rising wedge, I know this could happen. There's a 32% chance, 68% no, but that says you're going to pump. And that's exactly where you went. The measured move to 84. I mean, things are brewing with XRP for sure. And whatever you want to say about Bitboy, he said that XRP, he must know someone on like in the government or something, and they're gonna start. It's like he knew exactly when the banks were gonna start buying this because he was like, I think somewhere next week by the 13th, and it started to pump exactly when he said it would. I find that very, very interesting. And it wasn't really TA. I mean, the TA was there, but we were above the 200 a couple times. We could have pumped there, and we pumped there. We're at a resistance. Once we break that, we can head back to 123. Once we break that, we head back to 169. And then we're gone, right? Right now, it's a little unsustainable of a pump, very similar to Bitcoin. But again, you're going to watch the smaller time frames. It's all eyes on that 4 hour, all eyes. And this is pumped a little more. So it's all eyes on this little flag here. Now, XRP had a pretty good pump. I wouldn't be surprised if it did pull back, but there's something brewing here. It looks like XRP, and again, if Bitcoin gets the reversal tonight and everything starts to rip, I see XRP at 99 cents. And it looks like it could get there, right? Like, I don't know, by the end of the weekend or something. Even by tomorrow. Like it's saying all on Friday. I mean, oh, that's the 10-minute chart. XRP is looking frothy, man. It might cross into the dollar region before we realize something's happening here with XRP. Something strange. How do you think the KuCoin launch will affect the price of NPC? A lot of times it dumps, but KuCoin's not that big. And I think where we are, it depends on where you're on the cycle. We're in a really good spot. If Bitcoin takes off, like everything's going to keep ripping regardless of all that stuff. You know, thank you, Sam, for all this honesty. You pour so much on us, like in every way. You treat us like family. I've learned so much from you. Hey, man, I want you to take me into your house one day, your mansion, and let me in. Bro, I can get behind this Sui business. It's Sui for life. I know, right? Sui. Bro, I can't be on the Sui. Yeah. When they have the AI conference next year, AI tech will rip. I'm still in it too. Scooped up more on the dips. Yeah. And a lot of like crypto people like it a lot. You always give so much, Sam. People send money to get tickers and you give the group your time. Thank you for sharing so much of your most precious asset. Really are the best in the game. No one compares. Thank you. God bless you. I think Mr. X is a fictional character. Personally, you guys are funny, man. I don't either, man. I don't either, man. I'm so skeptical. I am too, believe me. If I did know Mr. X, I wouldn't tell you guys about it like that because I think you guys would think I was nuts. I would just be like, I got some people, and I would lead into things, and I would just look smart. But I wouldn't be like, I know this guy. But he does an AMA or something, so that's cool, I guess. Who cares, man? It's just interesting. We'll look at total three tomorrow in depth, but we'll take a look at it now. There's some questions that I still want to answer. Total three looks absolutely wonderful. And that's today when like I got a little freaked out by Bitcoin. I went to total three and I calmed down. Like I keep making these lines and I'm tired. Who here charted more charts than me today? That's what you want to ask yourself. You're like, did I chart more than Sam? If you believe you did, then you're doing the right thing. If you believe you didn't, then there's, again, of course, the odds are low that you did. But the idea is look how much I'm charting every single day. Every time I chart, I gain an edge. Every time I use this, every time I go. I mean, that looks beautiful. It looks like the altcoins are about to go on a massive run. Tells me it's a perfect time to load up on alts the way I did. Tell me I'm ready to rock. 1 hour is about to pump. It says this weekend we're going to have an alt rally like you wouldn't believe. And I'm going to be posting massive gains. People in the crypto in the football world like Swee. It's Chris Sevens. It's Cray Sevens. I don't know what he's saying. I don't know who Cray Seven is. I don't know what CR7 is. I only know Bitcoin. Any thoughts on Luna on virtuals? I think it's hot. I think it'll do numbers. Oh, he likes. Oh yeah, he's into Sui. Oh yeah, I mean that's hot then. I mean that's gonna make it hot. Yeah, yeah. If Ronaldo likes Sui, oh that's big. I believe it's bottom there, and it's done a double bottom. It could really start to make moves now. She's a virtual girlfriend person you can watch anytime. Like you can watch her live right now, right? That's what it is. She's like an AI. I see 29 cents coming. It's a unique thing. It's got something a lot of others don't. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder. Could go to zero. It's up to you. But I want to get back to these questions at the beginning. Someone asked, what portion of your account should be accumulation? What portion for trading? Because I'm trying to increase my account with trading to have more money to buy bigger positions. If you're not good at trading, you can end up devastating yourself. It's almost better to park yourself in good things. It depends. I can't really tell you. I'm not a financial advisor, so I can't really tell you what to do. I always keep, you know, 30 grand on the side to swing trade. You know what I mean? I always got to have like 30 grand to swing. All right. Do you stake Arrow? You know what's funny? I haven't staked Arrow. I'm like lazy about that. I should stake it. I just like if I staked every position I had, it'd be like they'd be all over the place. I used to stake everything though. I've been kind of lazy about staking recently. I don't know why. I FOMOed in with you the other day. Hey man, what portion of account should be accumulation? What portion for trading? It depends on how good of a trader you are. If you're not a good trader, then most of your portion for be accumulation. You know, if you consider yourself pretty good at swinging, then it can go the other way around. Most people are not that good. Like I've been doing it for a long time, and even I don't do tons of swinging. Like I do a lot of accumulation, and I'd say 80% of my portfolio is accumulation. I'm just Have you heard of Omikami and Ryun? No. Let's research it. I'm starting to sweat profusely for some reason. It's like my heater stopped working or something, or it's not on right. Hold on, I gotta open the door. I am like, I got a big computer. This thing like blows off a lot of heat. Um, all right. There were some questions about like trading that I wanted to answer. Taking profits, like you got to believe you're the opportunity and not the trade. Yeah. Some people saying render is going to $100, but I don't see it. Um, 777's on Neuro AI like that. I mean, the market cap's pretty small for what it can do. It's only got a $3.94 billion market cap. Uh, Doing weird things now. You look at the AI index retracing back to local support, coin index, injective, GRT, AOIZ, render. Yeah, like AOIZ went up 100% fast when I put it out to the group. How did you find out about coins like render when they're low? I show up every single day. The exchanges tell me when things hit the exchange. The day render hit the exchange, I knew about it. It's really simple. I know when coins hit the exchange. I research. Just like today. Look, I go render came up on token metrics. How do you look? I'm finding new coins right now. The same way I'm doing this. I'm scanning, I'm reading. People send me messages. A lot of people tell me coins. Like they DM me and they're like, look at this, look at that. Like I am in the people come to me and bring me information now. I am a hub of where people send information to, right? Bitrix, and I forgot till 2014, missed all the bull runs. Just been buying. I'm ready to sell you a wonderful help. Thank you. I'm ready to sell you are wonderful help. Thank you. God bless you, man. You've been in since 2010. That means you might have some money in there. I got into Bitrix in 2016. Yeah. Trades up $48. How do you buy on Dex Scanner? It's Dex Screener. So say there's a coin you want to buy. All right, we'll go over that real quick. Say you want to buy a coin on Solana. First thing you have to do is go to phantom.app. I believe that's it. And you have to download the wallet. Write down the seed phrase on a piece of paper. Do not take a picture of it on your phone or something. Write it on a piece of paper. Put it in a safe, or send it to your safety deposit box. Whatever you got to do to cut it in half, give half to a friend, right? And boom. And once you have that, you then have to send Solana to the wallet. That's very simple. You would buy Solana on MetaMask on Wax or MEXC. All right. And then you would go here to receive. You'd click Solana. You'd send it. You'd send that, right? Boom. And then when the Solana showed up, I go to Jupe. Personally, I like Jupe. Other people go to Radium. I'm a Jupe guy. I go to Jupe and I do all my swapping on Jupe with my Solana. I would hit max Solana and I would swap this for a coin. I just bought UAP recently. We'll see what happens with it. I like UFOs and stuff, so maybe it goes. So like, let's see a coin that I like right now, like one that looks interesting. Jin and the Cat has been getting a lot of love recently. I like where it's at in this Adam and Eve double bottom, right? So I would grab the contract address. I would go here. And actually, let's record this and maybe even put this out, right? Can I? You're not going to see my screen for a second. Hold on. As well, man. I'll post this to the group. Always an added benefit, right? Why does it do that? Like I didn't even. I moved the camera a little bit, right? I did. Yeah. I have to fix that now tomorrow on the stream. I don't even need to be on here actually. Okay. All right. So today we're just going to talk about how to buy a coin, a decentralized coin. First thing you have to know is how to send and receive cryptocurrency. If you don't know how to do that, you got to learn that. All right. That's another video. But you send crypto from it. You would buy Solana on the exchange. and then you would hit the send button, withdraw button, and then you'd get a Phantom wallet at phantom.app, right? You download the wallet, they give you a seed phrase, boom, you would then have it right here. It would show up as a wallet. I would go to Jupe, all right? I would go to jupe.ag swap or Jupe, and you'll end up there. You can go to Jupe on Coin Market Cap to make sure you go to the right place, Jupiter. And then you connect your wallet. It'll say you're connected. It'll show you how much you have. And right now, I'm going to buy a decentralized coin in front of you. AAA cat's been hot with a $27 million market cap. This thing looks like it can continue to rip. They put that on their radar today, right? AAA cat. So say I want to buy some AAA cat. I'd copy this. I'd go over to Jupe. I would hit the contract address. I would paste in the contract address. All right. I think AAA cat is on SWE. So that's why it's not coming up. I could be correct. Let me double check that. Yeah, it's on SWE. So it didn't, I'd have to go and buy that. To buy this, you'd have to open up a SUI wallet. All right. Which is, where's my SUI wallet? SUI has another wallet. We'll get into that another time. SUI has another wallet, right? You got to go to SUI and download the SUI wallet. So like here, you go to SUI. You would go to their website, start building, learn about SUI, connect, get started, right? You go to get started. Where's the SUI? Ask SUI. Don't. No, I'm not going to install SUI. So weird. I'm like drawing a blank. I'm so tired. I'm like, I made a SUI wallet. I'm like, why can't I remember how to make a SUI wallet right now? Can you do SUI? You can't do SUI on MetaMask. It's its own wallet. Yeah, you can't do that. No. So weird. Where do you buy? You guys know, too. Where do you get a SUI wallet? Where do you guys get a SUI wallet? I got Tangem, got the ring, and don't know what to do with it. That's pretty cool, man. I really want the ring, dude. I use Cetus to buy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's called Sui Wallet. Sui Wallet, right? But you just like, did you just Google Sui Wallet? Like, oh, there you go. SuiWallet.com. And then you go download the extension and you get a Sui wallet. And you send Sui there. Same exact thing as a MetaMask wallet. It's all the exact same. What is one? I did it already. There it is. There's my Sui. I told you I got a Sui wallet. I'm not like, it's weird, man. Um, unlock account? Dang, I don't remember that. Yikes. Hope I wrote it down. I connect my safe vault to CEDAS for Sui ecosystem coins. I like that. That's pretty cool. That's a smart move. That's a safe way to do it. I actually did it after seeing you mention it on the live one day. We're getting a tangem over a ledger and a one key. It depends on the coins you need. Yo, it trades up 140 bucks, man. We're ripping. We're ripping. We're finally in some gains here. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Sammy did it again. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. Live trading with the mentor, right? It's got to feel good. 88.5, baby. I'm up $5. Hey, you're up more than you started with. And look at my ADHD. I didn't even finish what I was teaching you guys. Now I got to start the video again. I'm the worst. I'm tired as heck. My brain is burnt. I'm shot. Like, I'm not lying. You guys, like, this is crypto, man. If you're not shot right now, if you didn't burn your brains out today, you didn't work hard enough. right? So check it. I'm gonna buy Jinin. Copy it. I'm gonna go over to Jupe. I'm gonna paste in the contract address, Jinin, right? Hit max soul. You got to leave a little bit there for gas. So 2 soul, and then we're gonna swap. Soul is easy, simple, fast, and cheap. Happy to have joined the group. God bless you, man. We're gonna help you. We're gonna make sure you find as much information as you can to survive. I'm not gonna show you garbage. I'm not gonna get paid to make you buy things to pump my bags. I don't care. All right. I make enough money on education in my YouTube channel. I don't need to do those things. Okay. When you got to go to bed, thank you. God bless you, man. Go to bed, get your night. Yeah. When you go to play some pickleball, uh, when you going to play some pickleball, post on X. Okay. You'll see it and you'll come hang out. You guys, anyone want to play pickleball with me in Sarasota, man? Let's go. Where do you park money after this bull run? Cash in the bank is only FDIC up to 250 account, or 500K if you have 2 people on it. 750,000 if you have a business. They'll give you 250 for the business, 250 for my wife, and 250 for me. Right? I have 3 bank accounts. That covers me for 2 mil. Right? I park most of my money in Bitcoin, man, and in real estate. I'll buy real estate immediately. Once I get about I'm sitting on $1 million cash. We're about to buy more real estate soon. Yeah. Any ideas what SEI will top out at? Let's look at the market cap. $1.8 billion market cap, right? Pretty big, big volume, big volume. And people are trading this thing all day long. You know, the ecosystem revs up, more and more people use it. Like, what's the Soul market cap now? Soul was $20. Okay. So, and it did a 10x. Its market cap is 99 billion. So his Soul's market cap was 10 billion. If Sweet can do so Soul did a 10x already. Sweet's about to go through that with a bull run on it, right? At 2 bill SEI. I'm sorry, I get them right all S and a 9 name, right? At 1.8 billion. You're telling me this can't go to 10, maybe 20 billion? I see you're sitting at a $10 SEI at $20 billion. I think it's very, it makes a lot of sense. I think that makes a lot of sense. A $20 SEI at a $20 billion market cap. I think that makes sense. Or actually, no, I guess $18 billion market cap would be a 430. So it'd have to go to a $40 billion market cap. I don't know if it's going to go to 40 billion, right? But 20 billion looks very likely for the top 3 big fast chains. It's number 55. I believe if a meme can get to 40 billion, then Sui can, that's covering all the memes, can get to. I believe there's definitely at least a 10x out of SEI, maybe a 20. Right. I'm a commercial broker in Charlotte, North Carolina. I do like that neighborhood a little bit, but a little far from me. I do own property in Boston, it's kind of, but my buddy takes care of it. Sam, I'm a commercial broker. Thank you, though. Was it Tangent Wall that you can swap your AJAX for FAT? I think it was. Someone told me that. Yeah. You can swap many coins on Tangent. It's a good thing. And back down 72. It's tough. Trades are not easy. You can't stare at them all day. You just got to let them do their thing. Do you expect lower trading volume on certain days with the price of Bitcoin is at? I don't know. It depends. But yeah, they'll still follow suit because it's about the M2 money supply that comes in and out throughout the week. Sam, I learn so much from you every day, brother. Thank you. Even though I've been training 12 years full time, you inspire me every day to be better. Thank you. I love hearing that. I love that this traders have been trading full time for 12 years. They still respect and love me as much as the beginners. And that lets me know I got that sauce, man. 2 days in the 99, long-time stream watcher, trader, and learner. Finally use my profits for the membership. Random question, Dot. I think you'd be great on Joe Rogan podcast. Is something you would ever consider doing? Thank you. If you know Joe Rogan and you can get me on that podcast, I dream about being on Joe Rogan every day of my life. I dream about it. I would be able to talk about aliens, UFOs, Bitcoin, The 3 hour conversation would be I would blow Joe Rogan out of the water. I watch his things and he would be like, man, me and him would vibe for days, man. And it would put me on the radar, put me on the map. I'm actually going to dream about it and I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to manifest it right now. I will be on Joe Rogan, everybody. I promise you. A couple years, as long as he keeps the show around. Give me 2 years, man. Maybe less. I will make it to Joe Rogan. I will. I'm gonna make it I'm gonna think about it every day. I'm gonna manifest it into reality. I am gonna push it. All I'm gonna do is force my head, and I can bring anything that I truly desire into my life. I know that for a fact, 100%. If I desire to get on, I can get there. I know I can get there. And the first step is getting to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. You know what I mean? And people will know me more. My Twitter will grow, and my notoriety will continue to grind. You know, um, I believe I can definitely. I would. That would be my dream to be on Joe Rogan. My dream, like that would be. That's where I'm aiming to get. Like that would, you gotta become known. You gotta like, yeah, he's not gonna put no one on that show. You gotta earn that spot, right? So, and that puts another hard. I put things that are just my dreams should make other people laugh. You know, if people laugh at me, I say I'm gonna go on Joe Rogan. Laugh at me, please, because that means I have a good one. That means I got a good dream. Your dream should make people laugh at you, man. If they don't, if people aren't laughing at your dreams, they're not big enough. They're just mediocre dreams. We're going to $1 million. We're going to 1 million subscribers. He's gonna be on my show one day. He's gonna be on my show one day, right? He's gonna be on my show one day. Like after I go on his show, he'll come back years later, come back on my show. You know, I just turned my cousin onto your channel, made him over 20K of Doge. Amazing. So awesome, man. Anyway, I got to run. I'll talk all night till I'm tired. I also have to rest, so I'm ready for tomorrow. I could pump out charts all night. Look at what the elite are doing. I exert a lot of energy during this, so I usually don't have much more time to like. But we got into a trade. We'll see where it goes. Seems it's dwindling back now, up 40. I can't honestly. I personally despise leverage trading with a passion. Like I just want to put things in long term, sit on my yacht, sip sparkling water and hang out with my family, man. Like I don't want to sit all day on leverage. Our dream is to never have to do this. To get so rich, we don't have to do this anymore. You know what I mean? Like I don't know about you, but I don't want to be trading leverage 10 years from now, staring at a screen all day. Like I want my investments to pay off. I want to be having dinners, meeting with VCs, I want to be investing in other people's companies. Like that's why I envision myself, right, 20 years from now. This might be meant to be. Still waiting on an answer about exiting losing trades. Oh, thank you for reminding me. You don't think you're the opportunity. You think the trade is, so you keep holding on. It's your mentality about yourself that's keeping you in those trades. You need to repeat. That's why I honestly answered your question when I made you repeat, I am the opportunity. You need to repeat that to yourself way more every single time you're in a trade. And when you're up, you need to pay yourself, man. And when the trade doesn't go well, you need to have levels where you tell yourself, I'm not going to be in it anymore. And you're not using a stop loss. That's here. I can hear it because you don't know when to exit a losing trade. You shouldn't know when to exit a losing trade. Your stop loss should kick you out. You know, and sometimes only reason I exit using trade is I get out before it hits my stop because I can see that the probability is likely going lower. Like if my stop's low on the 5 minute, but we lose the 1 hour 200 MA, and then I see a head and shoulder, you know, what's a stop loss? People that say that are broke. It's not even funny. People that say that are broke, man. I mean, I guess I don't use stop losses on 100 grand positions, right? But it's like I know what I'm doing. I've planned out the position. I've used long term analysis, So I got a meeting in the AM, and he's going to be joining the AM after we talk. God bless you, man. Thank you. All right, everyone. I'm out of here for the night. May God bless each and every one of you. All coins look good. I've loaded up. By me doing what I did today, I could say whatever I want about the charts. You know where I put my money at, right? I never finished the video about doing the. I'll have to do that another time. But then I ended up buying Jinin. Yeah, I got the Jinin now. And then go to your wallet, and you should see the Jinin in there, I believe. There it is, Gin and the cat. Okay. Yeah, you got to believe in yourself more, man. You got to use stop losses to the guy who he can't cut off the trade. Like, come on, man. You got to grow up. I'm sorry. Like, it's time to grow up. Like, it's time to take responsibility for yourself. I'm serious. Like, I don't know if that's rude or if I'm being mean. I don't know. I hope not. But like, when you get into a trade, you have to say, what am I willing to risk? What am I willing to gain? Every time I make a trade, I look at my portfolio. Like the other day, I had 25 grand. I got into the trade for 1 for 5. And I said, if this doesn't work out, I'm going to have $24,000 in the portfolio. Can I handle that? I said, I can wake up tomorrow at 24 and be able to build that back. I'm okay with that. You have to be okay with the number you're going to lose and go to sleep with it, whatever, and set it. If you're not okay with that, then you're not planning out your trade. And then you're going to get emotional because you're going to get into it and you're like, well, so people that don't use stop losses are people that are usually wafers. They're people that are in the middle, right? Because they're like, and if you consistently do that, you're going to be in the middle, and then that's going to be your habit. So you're never going to have a constant. My stop losses keep me consistent because I have a habit of doing something. I know what I'm getting out, and I know what I can lose. When I go out with my family and take them on lunch, I know that I can only lose $500. If you have no stop loss, I mean, you might come home down 2 grand. There's no really knowing what you're going to lose. And whenever you do something that you don't know, you add a level of stress. So by not using a stop loss, I believe you're already lowering your frequency because you're causing subconscious stress. Period. You can't even see it or feel it, but it's affecting you and you don't even know it, you know? Um I firmly believe that. So like everything you don't take care of becomes a question in the back of your mind. You don't even think it's questioning, but your subconscious is running through these questions and it's eating your energy. So by putting a stop loss and a take profit or having an idea of, fine, if you're not going to put a stop loss, but like at that point, I'm out. At that point, I am out. Like, fine. Every once in a while, I may not use a stop, I guess, but really, when I leverage trade, I use a stop loss every time. It also makes me have to, I can't get into a stop unless I have a risk reward ratio. Without a stop loss, I don't have a risk reward ratio. So I can't get into the trade. Like just like I have rules, man. Like I can't get into a trade without a risk reward ratio. If I don't have a stop loss, there is no risk reward ratio. I can't. And if I have no risk management, I can't trade. So in my humble opinion, like this opened up a can of worms for me. But like, if you're not using a stop loss, like I can't help you. Like as a leverage trader, I cannot help you. Like, now if you want to use the 200X like Master Friend and do different things, that's a different strategy. But even then, you have to know when enough is enough. And you have to have your parameters and you have to do your math. And you have to know exactly when you're going to double up, exactly when you're going to gain. And if you don't do that, you're going to get emotional and you're going to lose that trade too and get buried. And you all know that if you've done that. So it's like, if you're going to do something, every single trade has to be planned out. You can never get into a trade without a plan for the rest of your life. I'm sorry. Like that is over. That's for like the brokies, There's got to be a plan. What are you going to do? And then there should be some type of plan with what you're going to do with the money. I'm going to become a millionaire. I did that. It didn't work out too well because I had ambiguous energy when the money came to me. So the money didn't know how to help me, so it didn't do it. If you know where to put the money, it flows into you and goes to the next place. Like you got to tell the money what you're going to do with it in a way. The universe, this is a whole thing going on. I'm in tune now. I get it. I'm in the flow. Dave Angel's been in the flow for 20 years. Like he's in it. I can see people that are in the flow. I can look in someone's eyes and tell when they're in the flow. Like this guy, Johnny Rocket, there's something about him. I can't, he's like an engineer or I take this guy on a trip. I feel like he could save my life in some survival thing. There's something about him. I'm looking at his eyes right now. He's got it. He's got it. I know he could make a hammer out of a tree and a stone. He doesn't look like someone that's going to sit there and go, guy looks like he's going to get it done. I'm just saying, that's what I see, right? So, like, just the guy fell asleep. He passed out. I love it. I will talk to you fall asleep. I plan on doing a short live stream today so I could get a better sleep. Anyway, I'm out for the night, everyone. I love y'all. I have a really good time with each and every one of you. Modern Sword Nathan, thank you for what you said. I'll talk to him about doing that. I think that would be awesome. I appreciate you, brother. You're one of the best. Wild Deuces, my man. Love you, Wild Berries. Everybody have a great night. Um, enjoy your life. Remember, this is your life. If you're doing something that's stress, I used to live a life of stress when I didn't need to. I was in my 20s and I should have been really enjoying myself. And I was like, man, I was in a mental turmoil a lot of times. And so, whatever you got to do to make yourself feel good, do those things. Stay around positive people. Get rid of negative people and negative situations. It's very, very important. It's very important. All right. I'd rather be alone than be around negative people. I'd rather be alone. No, I'm not doing that. That's the first step. And then if you're struggling with mental problem, like feeling good about yourself, gratitude, you got to work out. You got to work out. I have a 25-minute workout. I'll start posting to you guys if you need it. You can do it from your house in a pair, in a pair of underwear, and like all you need is a pair of mesh shorts, and you're eventually you can get the 5 pound weights if you need them, 20 pound weights. But at the beginning, you can just do the calisthenics. It gives you something to do in the morning. It gives you something to go after, and then it's such a hard workout, and it's only 25 minutes, and you're gonna feel good about yourself. And if you do that for 8 weeks, I don't know how you're not gonna start changing your mental framework. That's how I did it. I was super depressed. I started working out, and somehow I broke through. And that's how then I got to the lemon water. Then I believed I could do anything. Then and I was always investing, but then I took the TA but working out was a big part of me getting out of my long-term depression and starting a momentumous wave that has continued to grow. I really truly believe it's a huge part of my life. Huge. And it's how I got everyone says, how did you break out? How did you change your mindset? I started working out. It created endorphins, mental endorphins. All right. And it's chemical. Like you are a chemical being. If you give yourself the right chemicals, you will actually feel better. I learned that. So by working out, I feel better. I'm great. I'm in a good mood today because I worked out this morning. It's 11 at night. I feel like I could go. I talked to a guy on the phone today. He's like, dude, I had a long day at work. You're giving me energy. He's like, you're inspiring me. He's like, you have a gift. He's like, you have a gift, man. He's like, you need to write a book. I was talking to this guy, John Devine. Like, dude's amazing, right? Look at this guy I was talking to real fast. I mean, look at him. He's a crypto author, speaker, and market maker, financial market professional focused on structured products, derivatives, lending, borrowing. He wanted to talk to me. He got my phone number. We did an interview, and then he called me today, and we talked for like an hour. We had so much in common. I watched the movie Waking Ned Divine, and I said, "You ever seen that movie?" He goes, "You're the only person that ever saw that movie besides me." He goes, "That movie's everything about me." It was so crazy, we connected like this, and I want to write a book. Like I kind of want to, like he has. No one follows him on you. He kind of wants a little bit what I have. I want a little bit what he has, right? Like he's got 3 books out. He's a known derivatives trader. He worked on the CME for years, 20,000 hours of professional trading and market. We talked for an hour about moving averages. We saw a bunch of similarities. He said Monday nights, the same thing happens. He's like, well, we need to talk more, man. He's like, we both have so much knowledge. And to get respected by someone like this made me realize like I am like it was such a good feeling. Like this is a well-known dude with a master's degree in energy systems, fuels management, and he worked on the CME, and he has his own company now, Blockfills, right? He runs a hedge fund. He wrote 3 books. Um, it's cool the people you get to meet when you go after your dreams, and the people that you get to bring into your circle. They're more well known. They have connections. And things can really, it's an amazing journey when you go after your dreams. I love you all. Have a great night. Be safe. Trades flat at 27. We'll see what happens. We could get a dump. You never know, right? Hey, Sam, Proverbs, a generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed for being so generous. Yeah, I'm saying I wake up with so much energy every day. And I really believe it's because I'm giving other people energy. And God sees you helping others. He's going to give you energy. I have unwielding energy. I don't know where it comes from. You know, it's, there may be better traders than me. There may be smarter people than me, but no one's going to outwork me. You're not going to outwork me. It's not going to happen. Like I will die. Like it's just not going to happen. I love you all. Have a great night. The secret to success is getting started.